lavish, you know I'm crazy. So go ahead, drink up. I'm so glad
Hey
we got to
y'all,
link up.
hey, welcome
Checking
to
that off,
the
checking that
Millennium
off
Room,
me.
the home of the aunties,
Cause
uncles,
I got the
nieces, and
plug that
nephews.
made me call
The
me. Mm-hmm. Talking late night, boy.
hey y'all, I don't know what's going on. I had to run and get me a smoothie real quick this morning. Okay, y'all nephew had us up bringing in his birthday last night, and so Auntie need to get her a smoothie. Okay, so come on in, tell a friend, tell a friend. It's Want to Talk About It Wednesday, and we want to talk about it. Okay, we want to talk about it. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let me drop this link. Y'all know last night I was hitting the wrong thing, so y'all got to give your auntie a minute, child. I don't know what's going on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hey, Auntie Beth. Hey, Auntie Beth. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, please. Let me know when you're ready. Y'all listen. I'm having an old lady moment. So give me a second, y'all. Oh, so I almost did it again. That's because I be trying to do this on this little. They got a app now. So give me a second, y'all. Yes, can I get a which one you want, Papa?
Hey, 80.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Where Annie go? Her phone got bad reception. Good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon where y'all at. It's morning over here still. well. Thank you guys. Ooh, last night we were showing out while we wait on Amy. Last night we showed out. Thank you, Auntie Bear. Thank you, Auntie Ann. Yeah, we showed out last night, Auntie Bear. You missed it. We showed out. hmm We have the best of fun though. Where Amy go? hmm
Hold on, I'm just ordering my smoothie on it.
Go ahead.
So,
Uh,
can I get
hold this down. I went back and caught the replay.
like the
What?
kiwi apple juice milk? So other porches. I can substitute it with either almond milk or milk. Give her almond milk. Just almond milk? Yeah.
Mm-mm. Look, Auntie Bear. Last night we had a time. Last night. I woke up. Hey, Pink. Good morning or good afternoon. Where you at? Lord, I woke up this morning. I still tasted alcohol. I still kind of taste it. Everybody like, you coming in to work today? No, not if you want a messed up haircut. No, no, not I, said the cat. Telling you. I even called me a Uber to take me to McDonald's this morning. I said, I am not driving. So how y'all doing this morning? Good afternoon, Auntie. Robot. Oh yeah, Annie ain't got no reception right now. She inside getting her some juice or some coffee while we get started. You know me, I gotta get right with my medicine. Getting meditated. I enjoy listening and laughing, but I enjoyed y'all. I can't stay up for late nights. The medicine I'm on push me down. Yep, love the medicine I'm on supposed to put me down too, Miss Bear. Look, I'm telling you. Mm, mm-mm. la la la. My cousins and them, so I'll see you about 3 or 4. I'm bringing bottles. Why y'all gotta bring bottles? Why?
Man, I was
What you,
asleep on y'all last night.
you did? Yeah, Amy said we out. I said I can't shut it down. Amy got to switch it back over to I can shut it down. So I said I'm gonna just take her off the stage because Amy was sitting ready to stay here. Mhm. They they said we
I was
partying, but
sleeping, child.
they
You
was
know
ready
I
to go to
can't
sleep.
party with y'all young folks like that.
Amy here, look, me and Amy was sitting up here. I got up this morning and I said, did I go to sleep on live? How did I go to sleep? Who turned the live off? I said, I gotta call Amy now and see what happened. I said, well, she didn't hit me in my inbox, so I guess I didn't go to sleep on the live.
I don't know. I
Ooh,
know I did. So I woke up. I said, "Oh, let me hit this end button."
yeah, yeah. Look, hey, Pete, I'm ready for you. Let's go. Let's get it. Let me just get my coffee first. We just we gotta wait till 12 o'clock at least.
Shit.
Look, in California, they got a rule. If you drink before 12, you an alcoholic. I can't drink. That rule been since I was a kid. And you come out here, you find somebody drinking anything before 12, you are officially an alcoholic. You be like, why they
Hmm.
calling me an alcoholic? I don't know. You was drinking before 12.
But
I got
welcome
my
everybody. Welcome. Hey, yeah, it's been. Oh my God. I've been on a weekend, a weekend. I'm in my new year. My new year starts. Nephew New Year starts today. This is his new year. We bring his new year in last night with family, and
hmm
just having a good time and doing what we do best. Talk about the bald headed
Get a little.
skittle diddle.
And her little Stuart little pet rat, and she called sister. I like
Jezebel and Delilah. We had to talk,
look,
and y'all,
Amy, my mama.
y'all know y'all know I'm a lady of receipts. So y'all know when I see something, I call it out. And the only way that a person is gonna, what you're dealing with is if you know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so it's like if you once you know what you're dealing with, then you act accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna keep saying it so that if she's not familiar with the spirit she's dealing with now, she know.
Mhm. And look, I got woke
And
up at
see,
six
and I'm gonna
o'clock.
tell you one thing. God had told me too that
Mm.
Krishan had the spirit of Ruth when she went to Blueface. She wanted to please him, no matter what it took. She was at his feet. She thought he was her Boaz because he took her out of a situation that he took her away from. You know what I'm saying? Like she was fighting with him with her family. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like She knew what she was up against, and she knew what he was up against. And not only that, she knew his mama.
Mm,
She knew his mama. So
okay.
when you look at that, and then you got to look at, when we look at people, we just look at the people for who they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you got to look
Mm,
at it. That's why I always ask people, what time do you think that we're living in this time, in this world? Because it makes a difference of what mindset you are in your life. You know, we go through our Job experiences, we go through our David experiences. We go through our, as women, we go through our Ruth. We go through our, some of us go through our Sarahs and all that. Hold on one second, y'all. Gotta give them my number.
well, while Annie doing that, look, her bald head sister, they both bald headed. One just got more hair than the other. Look, I got woken up this morning. So happy birthday. Sorry, y'all. Somebody called. I apologize. I'll text them and tell them don't call. Wait till I'm done. It's rude. But
Thank you.
yeah.
Hold on for
I'll get after I got done getting the kids off.
which one's this? Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah. Man,
Here, Papa. This yours.
it's been a lot. I mean, see, it's easy to
Here.
lie to people you don't want to talk to when
And
they
then
don't
this
know
is
where you
Miss
be.
Ada.
But listen, let me tell y'all. So my mama gonna say to me, "Oh, you, I can't believe y'all." I said, "What I do? Y'all just gonna let her little sister do this?" 'Cause I don't know why she think that one person run, like two people run this sector. She thinks that you, no lie, no bull. She thinks that you and Henny run the sector. So she gonna say, I don't know what man came up there with her. I said, that's his page, mama. That's his page. That's him talking to her. That has nothing to do with us. I was finna say, because I know I taught you better than this. I said, what? You gonna sit
First of
there and have it
all,
in your face? I said, I didn't do. I wasn't on there. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was not. Look, I was explaining myself like I was a kid. I wasn't there, mama. I didn't do anything.
the first, because you know, you got to think about it. This, he really don't know what he getting himself into. He's just a, see, do y'all know the story of Samson in the Bible?
Mm-mm.
Huh?
A lot of people don't talk about it.
Mm, hold on, I'm going through the school zone. Hold on, y'all. It's on dead.
It's gonna turn her into a computer really quickly. But see, a lot of people don't talk about that. The stories of the Bible and who was who, so you understand what time you are in your season. You know, who's the story, what person you playing, what spirit you dealing with. You know, so when she woke me up with that crap, I said, "Oh, I didn't do nothing. I wasn't on no stage." She gonna say because all that popping and locking she was doing with her neck made you just want to snatch her. I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, she was
Mm.
up there just a popping her neck." I, I didn't see her. I didn't look. Wait. She gonna say, "Look at her," and I'm looking. She up there looking like she was transforming. I said, "Oh my land, I didn't see this part." I'm gonna tell Auntie. I'm gonna tell Auntie. I will. I promise. Yeah, tell Auntie Mumu about her, cause I don't like this. She a demon. Yeah, her and her sister both is demons. Sometimes Carlissa make you think she the devil himself.
Yeah,
Yes,
and they
ma'am.
empower each other. You could tell by when they was,
Mm-hmm.
look, they was in that
She
hot
said he can.
tub.
She said.
Baby, they listen. They was in the hot tub, and they had me thinking I was back in the '90s, baby, when we used to throw all the hot tub parties in the cities because we was the girls that threw the hot tub parties in the cities. And wasn't no party like our hot tub parties. I'm gonna tell you. I was like, dang, they made me think I have popped back into the '90s, not the pastor and the apostle, not the good bishop and
Right.
the
Thank you, Miss.
apostle
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Sterling. Child.
Love to
Mm-mm.
exceed. Your man is supposed to lead your household. If you got a little choocha chacha man like that, I can't say the P word, but if you got a little
Baby,
choocha
I
chacha
need to
man
I
like
need to go talk to he don't know
that,
baby, I need to go talk to Gino Jennings. I need to have some brothers like
yeah,
they need to have some brother Gino Jennings need to have some brother. You need to stop saying Gino Jennings names or whatever the pastor is because that shit's embarrassing.
you need to go talk to him because last time we heard he was a cursing person. You know, they had a cursing person who served the Lord in the Bible. It wasn't no excuse to just describe who he was. You know,
For what?
somebody needs to go tell on Carlissa and on Mr. Sterling. Say, you have a person that comes to your church. I don't know if he's a part of the church, but he come to your church and he got a wife that just sits there and talk about an innocent baby all day long. She pop her chucha chacha online right along with her old crusty tail, and she make a
Mm-hmm.
mockery of the Lord's word. She
Mm-hmm.
said she don't like you neither. She what?
And
She
she's
said she don't like you. I'm messy.
and, and she said,
And she said,
man, you don't know. I know some shoes. Yeah. I wish people would understand. That's why I'd be like, lady, do you really know if I've been giving you grace and mercy because if I really wanted to, I will blow up your whole entire spot, will make you have to shut down. You see, you couldn't last on Bigo.
mm-hmm.
You see, you having a hard time getting yourself together on, what's this called? YouTube. Quit playing. Quit playing. You love the devil's playground, which is Instagram. That's the devil's playground.
Yeah, sure is.
You
Hey,
think
Auntie,
YouTube,
how are you today,
you think
sweetheart?
YouTube is the devil's playground? Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Miss Stacy said she hope you feeling good, and how was your day going?
Hey, Stacy.
You got your glasses on today, Amy?
I do. I just put them on.
Okay, cool. Because last night we we
I
sat
have my
down a whole
glasses.
time.
Yeah, I got my glasses on. What? No, you just had some cereal. No, 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 no. You can have some fruit in a minute. Go sit down.
I'm thinking about telling Mister whatever his name is on him because ain't no way in the world I'ma tell. I am.
I know blackberries are fruit. Why? No, because I don't. Why do you keep saving that stuff on my phone? What is that
Mm.
stuff you keep saving? Why?
Yeah, she need a pastor that's gonna set her straight and kick him out his church for having a wife like that. I'm like, and he told her, you told him not to get married to her. I don't know how true that is, but I don't blame you if that's what you said. Hmm.
Hmm.
He told Mr. Sterling, marrying Carlissa was a sin. Hey,
she had
listen,
three. She had all them. Went all them. She didn't. Baby. Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm telling you.
I can break it down in so many ways. I can break it down in so many ways. So many ways. Yes, it's his birthday. It's a holiday. Gonna celebrate.
Hey, I still got some alcohol left in me since last night, and I still got some of the refrigerator. I had called me one of them dead Uber Lyft, whatever it's called, and they took me through the drive-through and brought me back home. They was laughing at me. They gonna say, "What type of person just call a Uber to go get a ride through the drive-through?" I said, "A person that's been drinking." They said, "Why didn't you DoorDash?" I said, "Because your hash brown get cold in 60 seconds. I need my own hash brown."
I need to eat it on the way home.
Exactly.
What?
Thank you, lipstick and gossip. Hey, princess. Uh, but that is funny as day. I'm telling you, we was wasted last night.
Ooh, child. My dang on grandson. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah. Get this area cleaned up, please, son. Your office is looking horrible. I know, but however it is, I just want to clean up. However the debate goes, I just want to clean up. Clean up. You clean up around your area. Make sure your area is A1. One, these ain't no teenagers. Oh, Jesus. Stop pulling stuff out. Put that stuff back. No, because you don't know. Y'all don't clean up behind yourself. Move. Yes. Yeah, he has to go to the doctor. I told y'all in real life over here in the moo room.
It be life, and okay. I thought something. The dog was barking to let me know that something was smoking. I don't know what it was, but he didn't like the smell, and I didn't either. I said, "What is it?" And he's sniffing in the air. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. I said, "Well, dude, where did your smell it come from?" I'm sitting up here trying to have a conversation about a firewood with an animal. So I just unplugged everything because I couldn't find out where it came from. I didn't see nothing. So,
Where
no.
you at? In your basement?
Yeah.
In the
Sheesh.
bed. All right.
Thank you, princess. I'm doing okay, sweetheart.
Ain't
Thank you.
no ain't no more time, but that's it.
I'm I'm trying to understand how Faith stated she and Krishan are under the same umbrella of pastoral,
Umbrella or what?
pastoral, pastoral, or whatever. And then because her pastoral, is over Rod's pastor, so they will reunite. I mean, they will unite. I can't even see this yet.
Is that what she said?
I told you everybody was saying she was up there saying some stuff. My mama didn't even like what she said.
Mm.
My mama be 3 months late on
Y'all
everything.
really gonna force me to watch it?
Nuh-uh.
Are y'all
I
really
heard it
gonna
was
force?
dangerous.
Are y'all really gonna force?
With my children. With friend's
He
children.
said that Carlissa. He said that Carlissa didn't know until yesterday when she told her that she had the same pastorship, but different pastors in different churches under different districts. I don't understand what it. Oh, you didn't understand what that meant.
That
Me
means
neither.
okay, so it's like an umbrella. It's like an umbrella of like and there's like a head like bishop or a head apostle to the umbrella. And it's
Mhm.
like they might have like the apostle and he might have like 5 bishops up under him, and then they might have like bishops up under them, and then it goes down to the pastors and everything after that. So it's like but that's hard for me to believe. Only well it is not, because you got to remember she started off in Atlanta, and that's the East Coast, and it's really big on the East Coast, because um that's when I was really in big, like that's how I met Portia Williams, and all that stuff was through like the different ranks of pastorship. Leandra, all them are there, all up under like these different umbrellas of like, and it's just a group of pastors that have been knowing each other for years, and they just move to different states and open up churches and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's real interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to make some calls. I'm gonna have to make some calls. That's what I'm saying. You really never know who you know who and who is who. That's what I'm like. It's best to sometimes just, it's just sometimes to, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, yeah, like that means that they're ordained. Then that's what I'm saying. I don't know if like there are overseers and stuff, and I don't know if it's like interesting. That's very interesting, because my thing is this: that would have been your claim to fame. Like that would have been you would have been moving differently if that was the case. Because one thing they don't do is they don't play about you know what I'm saying? Like you don't move like that if you high enough in the ranks. So yeah, me too, Renata. It's really easy to research. So that's why I said I'm gonna make some calls. Mhm. Exactly, Stacy. Why she didn't say that from the beginning? Because she's lying. If that's what I'm saying, she would have moved differently had that been the case. There's no way that if you guys are up under the same leader umbrella that you will move the way that you move. There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Unless unless she talking about terrain, terrain and pasta and stuff like that. Now that's I mean, is that who she talking about, nephew? Y'all, is that who she was talking about? Did she say their family, or did she say, you know what I'm saying? Was that who she was talking about? Unless she was talking about terrains, which will make this shit even stranger. Is that what she's talking about? Because I mean, I'm trying to figure out who pastor is she talking about. Because Pastor Mike Freeman, don't I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. See, and she thinks she's she's supposed, she went. Cause let me tell you this: just because you go to school and get a degree in something does not mean that you is a professional at it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You said, hold on, y'all. I done took my glasses off. Wait a minute. Hey, Lipstick. Hey, everybody. Hey, Keisha.
I'm back, y'all. Sorry. Look, I had a present delivered to me. I said, "Oh, thank you." Oh no.
Because you can't just come in like that for God talking about some baby and cosigning stuff and talking about trash. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, now if she's saying she probably up under Tarina Bishop, maybe, I don't know.
But still, even then, when you in the church, you're taught never to judge. Yeah, you know what's right and what's wrong. So and what's wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. What bishop could you be under that condones that type of behavior? What, you know what I'm saying? But that's Lila's spirit. But that's what I'm saying. These are spirits that operate, y'all. These are spirits that operate among us every day. She's not the only Delilah out here. She's not the only one operating out of Delilah's spirit.
Thank you, Princess.
She's just one we can see.
Thank you, Princess. But yeah.
Thank y'all for showing you love on his birthday.
I know. Thank you guys so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, our nephew is a single dad who do his thing. He has children. He's a father that has a daughter that, has health problems. And he be having baby. He might have baby mama problems.
Look, I'll be having them all, but each one know individually.
Cash App, nephew.
Oh. But thank you guys. You guys are so sweet.
But he does his thing, and nephew has a heart for people. So $1, $2, anything. He loved coffee, y'all. He loved McDonald's coffees, frappuccinos. So yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all my family. I can't wait to show y'all my appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a bunch of kids by different women, you just got to make sure all of them know, the women know that they got your support and that they can come to you whenever they need to, and that you love them and you thank them for, creating life for you and everything. You just thank them because it took a lot for them to do that, no matter how it may turn out. It just still. Yeah, the Lord says mothers are the next thing to His love. So I took that and went with it,
Yeah. But it's commendable. It's commendable for you because there's not a lot of Black men out here that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still me. I'm still gonna do what I do, but when it comes to my kids, I'm standing 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not missing out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and because you feel that's, and we know your story that you didn't have that, you go extra hard for yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and a lot of people, and then you take care of your mother, you know what I'm saying, when
Hmm.
she, and so it's a lot, that's a lot on any one person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know being a caregiver is not the easiest job in the world,
Nah, because they get
That's
angry because,
my
they
mom.
sick.
My mom do that because she takes care of my brother, who he's getting back. Oh, praise God! God is healing him, and he's gonna be delivered from anything that has taken over his body. We just speak complete healing into his body, his mind, his soul, and his spirit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
um, and she takes care of my grandmother, who is about to be 90 years old, and then she also, now my other brother, who just had a pacemaker put in. Um, he's coming there to stay with her because his wife also has epilepsy. So when you're, and I always be telling them, I say, y'all gonna have to learn how to take care of each other, because it's a lot for my mom to take care of everybody because she's the healthiest one in the home. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's hard for a caregiver, that's hard for a family. And so I just always say, I keep it real. Like, everybody has things that's going on in their family,
Hmm.
has go things that's going on in their lives. And that's why the Mumu room, Auntie's house, this is the place where we come and we can be brutally honest and open, baby. You can't take nothing and use it against me, because I know God, and I know, him to be a healer. And I begin to tell him, the same thing that I tell y'all, tell my mom, hey, write your vision, make it plain. Write down what you want. Write down what you need. You know what I'm saying? I know you're still 3 years grieving your husband, but begin to just speak your life into existence now. There is life after death. Do you understand? There is that. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
but when you have grieved and you've gone through a lot, and then I have a brother that's, he needs to get his life together. He has his own demons that he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? So when you know this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, and this is what people have to, yeah, I call her bald headed skittle. Yeah, I call her, yeah, I mean, I cap, we joke because that's how we do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just life. That's that's our pander as people of color. That's how we deal with people in our family. You know what I'm saying? We got some who be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Coup de
Right.
brow.
Right.
What
Hmm.
So
And you hide all your belongings from Cooter Brown, and
yeah,
then say he don't, so you can have a TV when they leave.
like
Yeah.
you know people.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all y'all, and I protect all the women in these streets because I feel women need protection. Women, a lot of women out here is not being protected, and especially minority women. The urban community, they're not being protected by men, and I feel like all women are supposed to be
And
protected
you
by
know what?
men.
And we sometimes we put ourselves in harm's way because we want to align ourselves with people that we know we should not align ourselves with. We want to align ourselves with people just because sometimes we want to do it for the clout, in the just to be seen, or be to just know that we've been on their stage, or we've been friends with them, or we've shared times, what I'm saying, because hey, it's want to
Hmm.
talk about it Wednesday, so this is what we gonna talk, whatever you want to talk
Right.
about, we can talk about it, so I'm talking about it. So sometimes we align ourselves with the wrong type of people based upon thinking that, hey, this person might catapult me to the next level, or this person might help me get here, or this person, because you're looking at what wait something that say for instance, I went on somebody's channel, right, and
Right. Right.
80% of their audience was bots, and bought, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Right.
But I'm not knowing this, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they got you know 500 people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? They got 600 people. They got 1,000 people. They got 22,000 people in the chat. But I'm not knowing that this is a game that is played out here, that this is how people like grow their. What's the problem, little girl? Hold on.
I want a blueberry. I mean, I want a snack.
Okay. Didn't I tell you you're going to have to wait? Okay. Thank you. Go put you some clothes on. Take your pajamas off.
But see, the bot shows, and it makes people don't want to come to your platform. And the reason how
Well,
the
see,
bot shows,
you know, but a lot of people don't know that, nephew. Like a lot of people, like I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? So, but then then you're looking and you're like, okay, it's only 5. You know, I'm only seeing like 20 people, 30 people, 40 people chat. You know, in the chat.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, you know, like chatting and talking. I'm like, wow, all these people ain't nobody got to say that. Like this chat should be going crazy. Like everybody should, you know, if it's 3,000 people in the room, there should be 1,500 at least. You know what I'm saying? Got something to say. At least half of the people got something to say. So this should be hard for you to catch this chat. They should, you know what I'm saying?
That chat should be gone.
It should be gone.
That chat should be.
I never really understood, you know what I'm saying, that system and stuff until, you know, like once you get like at a certain point in like YouTube and stuff like that, they'll start sending you stuff to like, you know what I'm saying, buy box and stuff. But baby, I ain't like that. I'm like, no, God, I want who's for me. I just believe that you will enlarge my territory in other ways, not just you know, because that's not, it's like it's short term. I'm not gonna pay $100 and some a month and it's not organic for me. Yeah,
at least have a real person in there from a bot, like a real actual person. I wouldn't mind paying $100 for 2,000 real people that could that never heard my information. I mean, you know, my content before, actually hear my content and make their decision.
That'll be different. Okay, then I'll see it. That's $100. Okay. Out of that, once they see my content, I know I'm gonna get an organic 30 to 40%. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's on the low end. I might get 60 to 80, depending on how it works. You know what I'm saying? But people always just want to they want everything is fast and microwave. It's just like the microwave just generations in life, and just everything wants to be quick. Nobody wants to slow grow. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to do nothing. You know, they don't want to cultivate their seeds. But then a lot of these seeds don't need to be cultivated, because a lot of these seeds, baby, they done.
I feel that if a lot of people could just slow down, I mean, a lot of it is men. A lot of women do things for the attention and the gratification for men, you know, and they will make a fool of themselves to get their attention. They'll talk loud, degrade themselves out there, wear whatever. They'll darn near walk around with nothing on, just to get the attention. And the man that asked for your number, you went outside, butterball, naked.
But then when the expectation, let's get it, because listen, because I tell my daughters this, because you know I have daughters, and I got 5 daughters, and I have 5 sons, but I got 4 living sons. Okay, so God bless me with 5 and 5. I got 4 living sons and 5 daughters. And I tell them this all the time. And they used to be like, I should be able to wear what I want. I should be able to do this. I say, yep. And then you cannot dictate how a person approaches you based upon the appearance that you give them.
Exactly.
You can't be mad. You can't be like, oh, I ain't no hoe. Don't be coming at me. But you sitting up here and you got your booty cheeks out and your titty and your noochie nachos out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you don't have you wearing a dental floss and whatever, because you feel like you should be able to wear what you want to wear. And see, my mom and my daddy told me to see, and it was different because I grew up very modest dressing. Like I grew up dressing modest, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was a cheerleader. I still was modest. I wore, stuff. It was very seldom you see my Spanx like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I grew up modest dressing because I was raised like that. I was raised in the Islamic faith. So my mom them did play that. You're not going out here looking like no hoochie cat, which saved me because, at 13, I was violated. You know what I'm saying? So I was saved. So after that, I didn't mind dressing modest. Like that didn't bother me. And so even when I would go clubbing, it would be very seldom I would go to a club, when I was going through my rebellious stage, dressed like a hoochie cat. I was always dressed cute, but it wasn't always hoochie cat. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the men that approached me were men of statue. It's very, like, only men that and then a lot of them thugs didn't approach me too because they knew who my guy was. But if I would get approached and they knew better, but if I would get approached by, men or something, it would be men of statute. And see, like I would hang out in high-end bars and high-end, places like that. So I'm gonna look like money. I'm gonna look like I look good. I'm not gonna go. So I had a higher standard of what type of man I wanted. So I had a higher standard of what I look like. And that's what I told my daughters. I was like, what you give is what you attract. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna attract the same thing that you give out. If you give out a hoe that don't care, that's what you're gonna get out. You're gonna get a ninja that don't care.
Exactly. That's what I said.
This is just some old sister game, some old woman game. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that's how it is.
Yeah. And then women, when a woman go meet an actual man, when she at the laundromat, because all her professional 304 clothes is dirty.
Check your inbox.
Uh-oh.
Bree said, check your inbox.
I definitely will. Let me check my inbox. Oh, shoot. Thank y'all so much. Let me go on over here, y'all. What? That was so nice.
Huh?
Oh, they doing their thing, ain't it?
Yeah, you did.
I appreciate y'all so much. Like, for real. Good morning, Bree Bree. Thank you so much. Y'all are so nice. Like, seriously. That's why I say y'all my replacement family. I'd have replaced y'all with my real one. Much too. I'm not bull crapping. I tell everybody that all the time. For real. Because it's like, sometimes people you don't know that you aren't blood to, so you feel like you're not kin to, they show you more love than the person that you kin to. And that you actually share a DNA and an ancestry with, in a mama or a auntie or whoever. You can actually share that DNA, and
love you too,
they'll treat you like.
You have a wonderful afternoon too, Stacy.
You too. Yeah, Stacy, you have a blessed afternoon, and I thank you again. Y'all really made my day. Seriously. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna get me a crab boil bag today, ain't it? And it won't be from Long Neck Restaurant. That's what he get for being mean to my girl. I could have went and got me one, but no.
And good Andre, so it's good. It's coming from the heart. Be encouraged. Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Because these people out here nowadays, they don't nobody care. Like I said, people don't care. You be related to them, they don't care. Like y'all told me happy birthday before my own family did. Y'all and my mama all said happy birthday at the same time. The only person that told me a happy birthday early was my baby boy. He 2. I have a birthday? I said no. I'm on. I said tomorrow. Yeah. I said yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah, meaning today. So he is such a bundle of joy. I'm very blessed with beautiful children, beautiful mama, you know, beautiful family on the internet, just beautiful people, and can ask for no, can ask for a greater day. hmm Baby boy was counting down your birthday. Yeah, he is too sweet. Okay,
He
I
is.
got, I got. He said he this morning. He said he got peasants. I said you got presents? Yeah, I got peasants. I said peasants. Okay, I really hope you ain't got no peasants. Just presents. Okay.
You better be so sweet.
Yeah, him is so sweet. Yeah, his mom had him his birthday present delivered, and he put his little race car in there. He bought me some seeds and candy, and she gave me a car with some money in it. But I said, look at him. I said, oh, I'm gonna call him and tell him thank you. I'm gonna say thank you for my birthday present. I'm gonna play with it. He gonna ask for it back. Watch.
That's it's gonna be his when he gets to you. I just was letting you see it. Let me see,
Yeah.
let me see your car.
He'll tell you no use it. No use it. I said don't use it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Oh, don't lose it. Okay. Don't lose it. Don't lose
Yeah, because he wanted back.
it. He said, nope, this mine. I'm only letting you use it for them 24 hours. Give it back. But love, see, I wish that, because, looking at Baby Rashad, I said, wow, Miss Pissy and Callie and all of them, including down to her relatives that's on some bull, they don't know what they missing.
They do
They
not know.
didn't. They don't. Yeah, they don't know what they can contribute to her life, to the baby life, and what they could teach him and show him that she doesn't know because it's her first child.
All my grandchildren are a blessing. All my
Mm,
grandchildren are a blessing. Every last one of them, even the one that are not physically, that don't biologically belong to me, they are mine. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I go hard for all my grandchildren because they're biological to my children and my husband. Do you understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
So I'm going
mm-hmm.
hard for all my grandchildren. I don't differentiate. I don't treat one better than the other. I'm just not that. We're a blended family. And, you know, you just can't be like that. Because this one right here, you already know where he at right now.
Okay, 'cause like I just said, you have some family members that the strangers on the street that treat you better than. So you could be shunning away somebody from you that's a bonus baby or a bonus grandbaby, bonus family member, whatever have you. And this person was sent here to be a big blessing to you. And you
Yeah.
telling the Lord, no, I don't want your blessing. He's like,
Exactly.
well, this person's going to take you to the moon.
But that's
It's okay, I can walk.
and I understand that, but one that's biological to you, nephew, one that's biologically yours, how
See,
could you not? How could you not?
Carlissa like my granny.
Not.
And she's not going to see, Carlissa's like my grandmother. And she's not going to see it until she's about 87. If she makes it that long, she's not going to see it until she's 87 years old. And now you only got a short period of time to spend with these grandkids that you shunned. Because it's not just baby Krishan, it's Avery. It's Avery too. You know, it's
Okay.
her too.
Hold
He
on,
say,
yeah.
talk. He said, talk to me, Granny. I want to stand up. Where's that bottle? Change my diety, and I can go about my day. Oh, Lord. But yeah, she ain't gonna realize that until it's too late. When you can't really move and groove and bounce with your grandkids the ones that you shunned the way that you were supposed to. Or when they so grown, they don't care about you shunning them when they was a baby. They just don't want nothing to do with you because you hurt them. They never got a chance to know you. I never got a chance to know my grandma. Every time I turned around, this lady made fun of me for being epileptic. And she didn't know I was epileptic. So when I was having a seizure, excuse me, having a seizure at school, she came in. She seen me. The ambulance came when the seizure was like 5 minutes over. The school didn't know what was wrong, so took me to the hospital, cleared me out, let me go. I get home, she's making fun of it with my brother and sisters and my cousin, Amy, half of everybody in her daycare, until she took me to go get the CAT scan and ET scan, all types of scans for seizures to see if I was still epileptic since I was a baby. Like, that's how I was saying. So once she found out I was having seizures, everybody like, oh, that's what he was having. But don't excuse what he was sitting up there doing, looking crazy.
Wow.
Now she's 87 years old, and I'm grown. That was when I was 15, 14. Now I'm grown. She wants a relationship. Now she's 92. She's 92 now, but it started when she was 87. She wanted, I'll buy you this. I'll get you an RV. I'll pay for that. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Just talk to me. There's nothing to say. What do you want me to say? I love you? Okay. I'm lying. I don't know you. When I met you, at that time when I met her was about 10 years old, 9 or 10. I knew of her, but when I actually met her as Granny, I was like 9 or 10. But I didn't know my mama was sheltering me from her, sheltering me from what she was exposed to. So when I was exposed to a little bit of it, I'm like, oh no, I don't like her. I don't want nothing to do with her. Keep her away from me. Nope. False. Keep her over there. Keep her here, Lord, for my mama's sake, but keep her over there. Seriously. Because once you realize that your grandma done said some messed up, and she was just making fun of me having a seizure. Just imagine what baby Krishan gonna feel. He's just a baby now. But when he's at that age where he's gonna hear what she did, that's gonna scar him. What she did, what his daddy did, what the world did, what the world allowed. That's gonna scar that baby. And you have a lot of selfish people in this world. Well, that's your responsibility, not mine. But guess what? He's gonna go out into this world and possibly date your granddaughter, your daughter, your niece, some little girl from your family. It's a big, huge possibility. Unless you feel that your little people ain't gonna become nothing in life, then no, we ain't talking about you. But for those who actually have dreams and goals, it's a huge possibility that that boy may grow up and talk to your baby. People don't think of it like that, ain't it? They don't. Every situation that didn't happen in society, it was because somebody pushed this person too far, or somebody done something to this person when they was a child that wasn't corrected or couldn't be corrected mentally. So now you got a person dressing up like he do from the Batman, going in the movie theater, just powering everybody, going to nightclubs, powering everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got people going up to schools doing crap because it was certain things that happened to them when they was a child that was not corrected or couldn't be corrected. Everybody be like, oh, he had a great life. Just because you seen that as a great life don't mean that was an actual great life to the child.
Baby son.
Jealousy and greed. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Speaking the truth. I thank God for my grandson daily and the bond we have. I'm telling you, because that's beautiful. People don't understand. Kids are so funny and beautiful. You could be there all day kicking it with your children like they your best friend, or kicking it with a kid all day like it's your best friend. Before my children, I used to ride around with my little niece and my little cousin. Okay, we used to go kick it at parks, you name it, Chuck E. Cheese. We was just vibing. And the little kids had rhythm. They knew music and everything. I like their little playlist. These children have common sense just like we do. And sometimes the little children nowadays got more common sense than our adults. Like my niece told my brother because he's a homophobic. So she told him, why can't that person be what they want to be? That's your family member. You're not dating them. And she was 10. You got more common sense than I adult.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one day Carter or Javon gonna correct her, or maybe even Journey, and be like, "That's a baby. Why are you talking about a baby? You are grown. You don't talk about a baby. Isn't he supposed to be my cousin? Don't that make him your grandson? So why are you talking about your grandson, my cousin? That's not right." Mhm. Mhm.
Oh goodness. So yeah, I'm talking to y'all too, and I'm also working. I gotta configure these numbers for this for Moomoo's and Mimosas. Because y'all know Moomoo's and Mimosas, for those that didn't know, started off as my bartending brand. So and then it just became, I love the name, so it just became my brand. So I'm doing an event on Saturday, and so I'm just configuring like the most, cost efficient bar to have or whatever, because I'm only gonna do 4 drinks and a punch. So I'm gonna have lemon drops, I'm gonna have Long Islands, I'm gonna have Bahama Mamas and margaritas.
What is a Bahama Mama? I heard that on Martin, and I ain't never heard it since.
It's just rum, Malibu. Usually you can use like a coconut rum, some form of coconut rum. I like Malibu personally. Lime juice, pineapple juice, and some grenadine. Not that hard.
Because I seen somebody mix it up one time, and they said I was a Bahama Mama. I said that ain't nothing but hypnotic and some rum.
Some people use like a kinky with it or something like that if you want it strong, but
oh, so it's all about how strong you want it.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
Some people
Okay.
But some people use spice rum. Like it depends on, who makes it, but mine's are really, really good.
Yeah, I was trying
Mhm.
one of them.
So, because I was like, oh, you gotta have like the lady drinks, and then you gotta have like stuff that's like. So I said, ladies are either gonna get a Bahama Mama or a lemon drop. They're gonna roll with those two.
Okay.
Okay. A man, he's usually gonna get a Long Island or a margarita. He'll roll with those two. If he's a brown
Mhm. Mhm.
liquor drinker, if he's a brown liquor drinker, he's either gonna roll with the margarita, and we don't, because I don't know. I was thinking about having some Crown or something like just some dark liquor or whatever, but then
Mhm.
it'd be like, oh well, why didn't you get Hennessy, or why don't y'all have this and this and this and this? And so I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to have a simple bar because they're not okay. So it depends on the contract because sometimes they'll pay me and then they'll provide the bar. And then
Right.
sometimes I provide the bar. And so this time I'm providing the bar, but instead of me bringing a $800 bar, setting up an $800 bar, you got to pick four things that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the four things you want package. You know what I'm saying? And then I
Right.
always
Right. Right.
do like a punch, like a wondrous punch or whatever. So you get four signature cocktails and a wondrous punch or whatever. So usually that package is, it's like $125 package or whatever. And that's for me to just come out. That way that I know my bartenders and everybody are gonna get paid. And then we either sell it or we go by tips. Now if you don't want us to sell our drinks, then um you don't if we're selling our drinks, you don't have to pay that $125. But
Oh wow.
if we're not selling our drinks, we just you pay us that $125, and that's just for a four drink thing. And
Mhm.
then we make tips. Everything else is tip based because you got an open bar. So it depends. Like it starts at 125. So it depends on how many, how big of the bar you want, and what's your open drinks. And say for instance, if you want Casamigos, Hennessy, whatever, of course that's prime liquor, so that goes up. But if you just want a regular bar, and this is just what I do for people that I mess with, you know what I'm saying? But this particular event, we're not charging her for anything. We're just going to open up our bar and we're going to make our money off our bar. So,
Okay. Okay. That's nice.
yeah, we
That's
donated it
nice.
to this particular event. Yeah. So I work with some events. I'll just do it for them because it's a network of us here in the DFW, just trying to get stuff together. So, and trying to get, especially in Fort Worth, we're trying to bring more things to the Fort Worth area of the DFW because Dallas is already saturated with stuff to do. So
Mhm.
we're trying to, have that same type of energy in Fort Worth. So um, yeah,
Okay. I'm looking forward to hear more about it.
it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Carrie. So he's old enough to say it now. He is old enough to say it now, but she just got to give. He needs that 2 year, like between 9 and 11, with little boys. Their little testicles tend to drop, and they tend to start to smell like piss. And that's the age they snap back at you and say some stuff to you to have you ready to hang them on clothes hangers,
Mm-hmm.
hang them out to dry right in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
the long way. Just
Mm-hmm.
stretch. Make sure the sun get every wrinkle because obviously, with me and your understanding between 1 through 5 was not reciprocated. So let me help you. So give her a minute. And no, she don't say nothing to them kids anyway. She more scared of the mamas and them saying, "Why are you talking to my kids that way?" than she is to discipline her grandkids with any structure or home training.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the way Journey and Junie was acting up in that restaurant. Everybody would have got a pop on the hand. Yep, pop.
Mm-hmm.
I said knock it off. Oh, you popped him on the hand. You can ask the police officer. You can pop him on the hand. They tell you to pop him on the hand or the buttocks. One swipe or two max. That's all they said. I know my rules. So try me if you want to. And if you feel like, hey, discipline my children, yeah, you can have both of them. Excuse me? Take them all. I'm done. They cry. They don't listen. You feel you know the law, know how to parent better than me? Have at it. For real. Try the gentle parenting. Hey, passion fruit. People don't understand gentle parenting ain't always don't always work. These children remind you of mooses and cows and bulls. They just stubborn. I'm serious, Amy. You got the kids. Tell them. You can just be like, hey, excuse me, Billy, can you sit down? Or I could be like, hey, Josiah, DJ, please sit down. You look at me like I spoke a foreign
Sometimes
language.
you gotta get aggressive.
So I say, no, I do. Because I say, hey, DJ, can you please sit down? And he'll look at me and he'll smile while he's still kicking over everything. I said, if you don't stop kicking that damn thing. And that's when he moved real fast and he sit down and he fixed back everything he did. And I was like, see? He not crazy. He not crazy. He thought I was crazy. He thought I was losing it for a while. Hey, DJ. No.
Hey, stink if you don't stop. Maybe like stink. Yeah, okay, stink. I'm gonna show your ass stink in 2 minutes.
Okay, look, Andy, please don't say that to me. It hurts my feelings and makes me really angry when you talk back. Don't stomp. Please don't slam that door. Please. I see best I get mine that look, and they knew. That's the older ones. I give them that look. I look at anybody kid that way. Even a little boy that was in the restaurant, he was sitting up there jumping up and down in that booth, and I'm looking at him. Yeah. She said, "Stop!" I said, "Sit down. You're gonna behave, or you're not getting dessert." And he just standing there looking at me. He pulling her hair, and I used my lips. I said, "Sit your ass down."
Mm-hmm.
And he turned around and he sat down real slow, and he kept looking back at me. I said, "Turn around." What the hell wrong with you? What be wrong? It ain't that wrong. What? What's wrong? Why she didn't turn around and tell me? I said, "Sit your ass there." Something about little curse words. Little curse words with a little grit. They don't play no games. The kids ain't crazy. I keep telling people these children are not crazy. When you want to parent them like you crazy, that's when you get a crazy reaction. You want to fall out on the floor? Oh, we going home. And I'm finna piss you off all day long so I can see you fall out in this house. You gonna wish you didn't fall out here. Fall out. Hit your head. Hit shit. Try me. Try that gangster side of me if you want to. I'm at a doctor's appointment. I'll listen from the back. Okay, well, I hope everything's all right. For everything all right.
What happened?
She said she had the doctors and she listening from the back.
Oh.
Look, ain't he know? Look, don't be playing with these children. They so smart. And 9 times out of 10, if you raise them right, you may gotta yell at them a little bit, but it ain't that much because they know your body temperature. Because
Mhm.
I still know my mama body temperature since I was 8. That was the last time I ever got a whooping from her. Yep, and you remember it. Never try her again. I'm telling you. Every child is different, but I love all the kids equally, and I don't see how Carlissa do not love all her grandkids equally. I don't care if you, however long you known them, you know, I cannot love one child more than I do the other.
Mom was only 16 years older than me. I think I was grown, like a teenager, when I really like it dawned on me that she was only 16 years older than me. Like, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, and then it was kind of like, it still was like, that's my mama.
Right.
You could try her, but I ain't gonna try it. Like, shoot, I was born on the day, but it sure wasn't yesterday. I'm smart
I'm
enough
trying
to
to.
know better than to play
I'm
with her.
trying to. Mhm. And my step grandmother, may she rest in peace, was the only grandmama I ever had a grandmother's love from. But she told me after 2 years of somebody being 2 years your elder, and I never forget this. I was like, what, 7, 8? They are your elder. You
Mhm.
you you respect them like they are grown up. And ever since then, I kept that in the back of my head. Like after 5 years, you my elder.
Mhm.
Like I ain't finna sit up here and listen to nobody that's 40. Like you telling me what to do, and I'm respecting you like you just that older than me. No,
But
I give you a 5 year raise.
like with my kids,
Mm-hmm.
like my granddaughter, like I have a granddaughter that is 9. But I have a son, and then I have a grandson that. So she's older than baby son. She's older than engine number 9.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got a, but she got a. She's only like 5 years younger than my baby girl,
Mm.
but she's still her auntie. And like
Right,
even
right.
baby girls, even with the 4-year old and the 6-year old, that's their auntie and they know that's their uncle. Like I still teach them though, even though one's 12, one's 13, and even baby son, engine number 9, they know that that's their uncle. Like they'll tell you, oh baby son, that's my uncle. Like they know who he like. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
even though he play with them, he's around their age, they you know what I'm saying? But that's their uncle. Like baby, they will ride to the end of the earth with that boy.
Mm-hmm. And he rides for them.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, especially when they get older. You know what I'm saying? To see how
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be like, oh, don't say nothing. Let me go get my uncle. Stay right there.
Yeah, 'cause he like the little daddy. Like he look like he remind me of a little daddy for them. You tell him no, he'd be like, why? I'd be like,
Yeah, I don't
these are my nieces. Why? Like I have to be the adult here for them.
all the time. Like we go crazy.
But wait a minute, that's how you know it's love past understanding
Uh,
because he know that.
and they can be 10 times wrong, but
hmm But we know better. We know once the granny say something is the word, okay? Because granny is my mama, so
mhm,
why shouldn't even be in my vocabulary? But I said, I never loved my nieces and nephews that much. So, baby son, I commend you, sir. I
mhm.
commend you from the bottom of my heart and soul. I commend you. Salute, sir. Like,
Baby, he don't play about them.
Don't be messing with his babies. Them is his babies.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
Baby,
But they
he will go to talk about how many y'all go to war. He go to war behind them little nappy headed little girls.
them is his babies, okay? Because that's baby up right there. I still remember
If you
those
would have heard me
backslash.
say that, he would have been like, why they gotta be that?
Right, you're like, why? Like their hair is fine, they're gonna comb it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh Lord, don't talk about his babies.
Girl, nephew, he do not play about them little girls. You hear me?
Yeah, he'd be like, no, their hair is gonna get combed. He'd be serious too. No, their
No,
hair
why
is
don't
gonna get
you comment then instead of talking about them? That's
Yeah, he's serious though. You'd be like, boy, you really want to go meet the Lord this morning, don't you?
baby, he do not
Mm,
come when it comes to
don't
nieces, do not mind. He ain't gonna play. Not play
don't
about.
mind slapping five with Jesus once or twice. Not once or twice. I still remember those backslashes from my grandmother. Lord, Miss Terry, my face still hurt. I never tried her again, ever.
Hmm.
You hear the stories from your parents of how they got hit with hot combs and stuff back in the day, because back in the day there was no child protection rules. So I praise y'all,
Hmm.
you know. So yeah, yeah. I tried that gangster. I thought that, since I'm the grandbaby, she ain't gonna do me like she did my mama. My mama got the hot comb. That was what. I got her head, which was pure hell. Whoo. Talking about gritting your teeth. Neither of my grandparents on both sides never had to spank me. My mama was a woman to be feared, so I knew how to behave when I was with my grandparents. Lord, yeah, I was more like a daredevil. I swear I tell everybody I was a good child, but I always remember getting a whooping.
And I was like my older kid. Well, not my older son, my oldest daughter. That's why my older son always be like, she the y'all niece is the golden child. He was like, yeah, your golden child. I'm like, she's not the golden child. Believe that.
Lord, that's the golden child.
But he'll always be like, your golden child. But it's very seldom she had to really get in trouble. But it was like that second child always had to test the gangster. It was like he always got in trouble. But he, like, my daddy, like, I don't know, it was strange because my daddy didn't play about him, but he would always be in trouble. It was crazy. I can't even
Oh, he
explain.
was a granddaddy's baby.
Mm-hmm.
Papa baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got the grandbaby kids too. The grandbabies. Don't nobody touch a dog or a baby in this house unless you want China to hear what she said to you, because she yells that loud. She
Mm-hmm.
gets so loud she scares you. You be like, never mind, never mind. Don't talk to my dog like that. Don't you yell at her. Why are you bothering her? I was fixing it. You didn't even know what happened. Okay, so go ahead, fix it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna mind my business. Watch when Granny leaves. We gonna have a conversation.
When
I'm
Debo
gonna
leaves,
tell
we gonna start talking again.
yeah, when Debo leaves, we gonna talk again. Believe that. And then they snitch on me when she get home. The dogs do too. They get to looking at her and looking at me and looking at her. Especially Savior, he keeps scratching her leg. She's like, "What?" And he look at her and he look at me, or he'll look towards my way of my room. And she's like, "What did you do to Savior?" Nothing, just locked him outside. You don't bother him. They tell on me, yes, I get snitched on, but everybody loves to hear Granny yell. Yes, because you are teaching them order of the family. I love it. Yep, Miss Renata, I teach them order. I said there's gonna be some order around here.
Baby, they know I don't play that.
Let's see.
That baby, they know because it's like if an adult tell you something, don't go ask another adult. Well, it's not
Ooh,
a problem.
you in trouble? Look, like that's like the ultimate, like how you have the ultimate sin. That is the ultimate do not. It's just like asking why or saying yeah. Oh
Hmm.
no, you don't say yeah to adults. You yes ma'am, no sir. You ain't nothing like getting corrected or saying yes ma'am and no sir. It'd be so cute when he asked Moo, can they use a mental day for school?
Baby. Well, then it's funny because they daddy was like, nope, they can't. He was like, why they ain't at school this week? And I said, they getting a spring break. And he talking about some, why they getting a spring break? I said, I said, goodness, they go to school all year round. Let them get a little mental break. Most of them, they don't need no mental breaks.
You don't need no mental break. That was my pastime. You messing up the pastime. That was my excuse. Why is they here? It's spring break. It's summer. What? Oh, then they be like, that's dad's pastime. And my mama, he should have left it in the past. You see? You see, you be looking at her like, oh,
All I can do is just shake my head. I just be like, babe, just.
those southern women don't play. No, they kill rats with their bare feet. They step on jacks and they break them.
Stop being such a. You be getting on my nerves.
These are things that my grandma did. And she from Little Rock, Arkansas. She broke my jack.
With their bare feet.
She stomped that rat with her bare feet. Yes, she did. She left his body print in the floor. I said, oh my goodness. No matter what you did, you wasn't getting that body print out the floor. It had my grandfather had to shampoo the carpet because it wouldn't leave. I said, oh Lord. He gonna say she stole body fluids out of here. That's why the carpet stayed that way. Lord Jesus. You know how they say rats don't have bones. So what did she do? What did she stomp? She stomped the air out of his little ass. Uh, uh, uh. That's why my auntie Katina said she from the pavement. Where you fight in the dirt with no shoes on. I said, oh, I see where my grandma get them rough ass feet from. California gravel ain't like that. I like that South gravel. I'm serious. Arkansas women got big hands and big feet. I don't know about Louisiana women and all them because I don't really see them like that. But her family from Arkansas, they got some big hands and big feet. Is that everybody down there, Aiden?
I don't know if it's everybody, Matthew.
What about Louisiana women?
I don't know. I
They
don't got.
got that. You might got that hand that'll make you go see the Lord for 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Ooh-wee.
I don't think I'm gonna get these.
well, they're not big hands, but you can go see the Lord.
Who?
That's what you say. You say, well, my hands ain't big, but you sure can go see the Lord with these hands.
Definitely could.
Not
Definitely.
all Louisiana women have big hands or feet, Dre. Thank you, Miss Tammy. No, I was thinking it because after I seen her, because that's the only woman, her and my auntie Gert was the only women that I ever seen from the South. So I seen some girls get beat up by some New Orleans girls when that Hurricane Katrina shit happened. Now them women fight like men. Yes,
Mm.
them women fight like men. They'll knock the snot out of you. And that's not figuratively speaking. That's literal. I'm not playing. I'm from the South, Dre. We do not. Y'all will knock the snot out of a man from out here. These men out here ain't made like the one out there, y'all. But yep. Mm-mm. After I seen that New Orleans girl beat that man up, ain't he? She beat a man up.
She be the man now.
She was a little bitty thing. She was about 5'7". He was about 6'2". She wore his big ass out. I said, wow. And Mongo said, that's that New Orleans girl. Nope. Thank you, Auntie Terry. But now I'm serious, though. I would prefer to just be nice to women from the South. Y'all so nice anyway. I don't see what would make somebody, take the latter side of things. You are not safe. For real. You are not safe. I'm not being. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. That's why these men out here in California were the ones. I really say it's like I get 80% out here. They can't fight. They can't fight. Mm-mm. And they got the popping into them New Orleans girls. I said, watch him just get the windmilling with her. I hope she beat his ass. She duped him like a man. She just boop, boop, boop. I'm like, oh, she wasn't scared neither. Y'all fight dudes down there, ain't it?
Of course.
And I've seen some white boys from out there. They ain't got no sense from Texas. None at all. Mm-mm. Them Texas boys are something different too. They got
Yeah.
a hard head.
So Dre,
Huh?
you probably ain't never watched this. Dang, I wish this was up because I know she watched it.
She should be woke.
Hold on, let me find it.
What is it called? I watch a lot of stuff. I watch Fatima is a New or Old.
Okay, you ever watched Basketball Wives?
I've seen it a couple of times.
Okay, so this is the thing. Remember, like the lady, what's her name? Christy. She be the Christies. What's her name, y'all? Why am I drawing a mental blank? She was married to the what was her name? Somebody tell me her name. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, Amy. I'll be right back. My granny just called.
Okay, go ahead. Go
happy
ahead.
Birthday call.
Go ahead, nephew.
Okay.
What's her name, y'all? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But her and her husband, they getting a divorce. But remember, they used to have a wedding every year. Remember, they used to have a wedding every year. She was like, they used to renew their vows every single year. Oh, dang, I'm getting them blank. Y'all know who I'm talking about? The Christies. And they used to renew their wedding vows every single year. Well, child, they they're going through a divorce, honey, and he is not playing with her. And this is my thing, first of all, they has a lot of strange stuff going on. Like every year they will have these different kind of weddings. And one year they had a whole LGBTQIA wedding. And then one year they had this and then one year they had that. And baby, it is crazy. It is crazy. And I'm like, and so he busting her out, child. I'm trying to find it. I think I probably was on my other page. Because I'm trying to find what I wanted to show you. And I can't find it, but then it was on here. And what's one thing too? You see all the like reality stars and stuff is coming over now, and all of them want to be content creators. That's strange too. Yeah, y'all want me to. Okay, I'm gonna just listen to. He'll be back. Danella, he'll be back. He'll be back in a minute, sweetheart. He got to get his birthday calls. When it's your birthday, people be calling you, child. They be wanting to talk to you. So he got to go pick up on his birthday calls. So I guess Delilah went over on Blue Rock TV yesterday and did an interview with Blue Rock TV. Delilah decided that she was gonna go and talk to Jackie. That's her name, Renata. That's her name. Girl, I could not remember that to save my life. Jackie Christie. That is her name. Yeah, her and Doug. See, once I got one name, I would have got the other. If you would have gave me Doug's name, I would have got Jackie. But her and Doug is getting a divorce, baby, and Doug ain't playing with Jackie, baby. When I find that tea, y'all know I'm gonna give it to y'all. I was like, oh Lord. Because Jackie came out and everybody was taking Jackie's side because Jackie said Doug had done something in her marriage that was unforgettable. But my thing is, y'all had an open marriage. So the only thing that I can think of that he could have, I don't know, because I mean they say he liked the other way. I don't know. All that's alleged. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if it's not true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But they say, I'm putting that for Drake. They say that that's what that that's what went on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they weren't married for a long time. And girl, they was, every year they would have a different kind of, let me go. Let me show you. Every year they would have a different ceremony. A different ceremony. But they say now, okay, so this thing is saying that they're not divorced. They're saying that they are they're still together. Now that's what AI is saying. They might know. Okay. They might know. They say they still married. They have, has not been divorced. They continue. They've been married 26 years. Okay. But it was messed because I'm like going down the little, you girl, TikTok and everything else be just messy, child. So I was just like, oh Lord, So, and you know, YouTube and TikTok be very messy. But yeah, this is Doug and. But see, that's what I'm saying. They're saying divorce. Oh yeah, because she asked for $30 million, child. That's what had happened. She had asked for $30 million from that. I mean, hold on. $300 million. Let me say, she asked him for $300 million. That's what they were saying. What?
Yeah, can I have that soup downstairs for lunch?
Yeah, made me grow kids early. In a little bit. Did you drink all your smoothie?
Mm-hmm.
I gave him a smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she gonna work tonight. You gonna work? I mean, she gonna work. She gonna work Sunday. Did you get the cash out? No. Well, he gone anyway. They had to take Chosen to the doctor. Yeah, the doctor's appointment. Oh. Yeah. So let's go to and Papa, give me a second. Give me a second. Thank you.
I feel like me and Doug is going so strong with this whole reality thing, even though other couples kind of fall apart and implode. We've had some huge arguments. I will be honest. I want to always be transparent over the fact that sometimes what these people say and people, you know, coming at me affects me, and I be sad or I might be, you know, angry about it. And I'll talk to Doug, and he gets to the point where he's like, listen, I do not want to hear another thing about that. You're my wife. I love you. I know who you are. We're not going to worry about what the world is saying. This is something that you chose to do, and I said I would support you in it, and this is a part of it. And although people think I'm this psychopath that'll just go crazy if a girl touches Doug, I probably would, but for the most part, he knows that, and he respects me, he respects what I'm about. And I mean, I've cried, I threw glasses against the wall. You don't want to know the stuff I've been through, and I think that made us stronger, because each time he always comes, he gives me a hug, and he's that peaceful part that makes it all worth it to me to share what we have and our truth. And that's very true. And I know it's going to come up. I don't know where in what episode, but I'm fine with that. Started doing their stuff.
Baby, grab your teacups, because we're about to spill it all on Jackie Christie's whirlwind of scandal, heartbreak, and a side of messy marital drama. Yes, honey?
Do I think that Jackie and Doug are going to get a divorce? No. I don't think they're going to get a divorce. The reason I don't think they're going to get a divorce is because I don't think they're going to get a divorce now. The reason is because Jackie, you know, who else is going to put up with her antics? It's like Mr. Sterling. Like, that dude, that's it. It's kind of like a Carlissa and Sterling type situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like bald-headed Skittle and her husband. He'll never leave her, because it's like, who else gonna want a spineless ass man like that? Who else gonna want a man like that? I wouldn't. At all. At all. Hold on, y'all. Give me one second. Somebody's calling me. I gotta send him a text. I will do anything for your glory. I will do anything. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Tabby, hey y'all. We just in here just talking about everybody. We just talking. We really everybody want me to go over this little thing, y'all. And I don't know if I feel like watching this witch. But I'm gonna watch a few minutes of it and I'm gonna give you my opinion on about. I'm gonna watch 10 minutes. 10 minutes of it. I'm gonna give you my opinion on the and because I already know she about to piss me off. Okay. So if y'all want to go watch it, I guess you can go watch it in its entirety over there on Blue Rock TV. Y'all know I'm not no hater. If y'all want to watch this stuff in its entirety, some of y'all have already watched it in its entirety. I have not. So this is my first time kind of watching it and whatever. So y'all gonna hear from me raw and uncut on what I think. I fast forwarded. I'm not watching it from the beginning, so I might have whatever. So if it's something that might feel like I'm getting it out of context, I will go back and rewatch it. Okay, but okay
is the way. And if you disagree, you can really.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Okay, I guess I'm to be honest. I gotta watch
earlier for some people, depending on where they're listening. Okay. It is the viewers will come up. We'll obviously tell them to be respectful for a moment if they come up. If anybody has any questions by the end of this, but it is something that we let them do on the live show, as well as
blah blah blah.
Found her while she on live.
Okay.
That you coming in strong, right? Listen, you were telling me whether or not we gonna have some jokes, and you came in real strong there. I think, right?
I'm passionate about what I do, but I'm gonna laugh a little bit. We gonna sip the tea just a teeny bit.
I hear that. You know what I mean? It's interesting some of the things you say, because some people are wondering. I did see a lot of comments there, like, "Are you cloud chasing tonight?" Like, when you hear that, what does that really mean to you?
You know what? I was actually going to ask you, what is the definition of clout chasing? Because I've been with my sister for 45 years, and she's been in the spotlight for many, many years. And even
how many years she been in the spotlight? Because baby, she was an extra. She was what spotlight? What spotlight has she been in? Because I mean, I've always known her to be the extra. I ain't never known her to be the spotlight queen. So I mean, I just need to know what spotlight this was, okay? Because she was an extra, true enough. But being an extra don't give you the spotlight. So what spotlight? Oh, Blueface Mama? Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you're talking about? Because really and truly, let's keep it a buck. Even when, it was known that Chrisean had, allegedly, because her story keeps changing. So I don't really think it was all that bad because her story keeps changing. And then Chrisean was like, Carlissa, you know the truth, like whatever. So and her story keeps changing. And then Mr. Sterling says she was lying about her story. So I'm just trying to know what extra. What spotlight? I'll wait. Because she ain't been in the spotlight no years, boo-boo. She ain't been the queen in the spotlight for no years, poop. Nah, boop. And you know what? The sad thing about it, her claim to fame ain't even because she's Blueface Mama. Her claim to fame people have known her because of the despicable things she has said about her grandchildren and about her grandchildren's mothers. Baby, she done said despicable things about Jaden. She done called Jaden all kinds of WBs and all that stuff. She done said all kinds of little stuff about that girl. big backs, then call her the maid. So I'm just saying, and this is my thing. You talking about clout? You know what she has done. Don't act like you don't know what she has done. Don't act like you don't know what she has done. Because I got a screenshot of, and I screenshot it when I said, listen, why don't you get your sister to chill out? Like, leave that girl alone. She going through postpartum depression, blah, 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 blah. This is right after Chrisean Jesus was, well, I went to you because you were the faithful one, faithless. I went to you. I came to you. And you going to tell me you don't know what I tell you. You got real indignant about your sister. And we all know it's because you really don't like Chrisean. Let's just keep it a buck. I got on clothes, y'all. I got on my tank dress. You really don't like Chrisean. Let's just keep it a buck. So therefore, you're gonna try to be nice, nasty. Come on, aunties. We know we know how it is when you really don't really jive with somebody. You really don't really like that person, but you really can't put that out that you don't like that person. So you have a little bit of passive aggressiveness and a little nice nastiness with that person. Because you've said it before. Your problem with her was the fact that what she did, that she fought your sister. That's everybody, but ain't nobody saying about the time that Jayden was throwing stuff at her. Ain't nobody saying about the time that her and Jayden had their fallouts. Ain't nobody saying about the time that everybody else, all her other kids and grandkids and everything else had put their not grandkids, but her kids and other baby mamas and stuff like that, then put their hands on her. Ain't nobody saying nothing about them. But you just like this girl so much because you're jealous. Let's just keep it a buck, boo-boo. You're jealous. Keep it a buck.
Even since Blue came on the scene, my niece got 300-something thousand followers. Blue got 2 million. She got 400,000. I could easily say, let me get on your live and go viral. Let me get on your live and talk to your people. So if I wanted clout, I could have had that a long time ago. I was summoned to the circus, and then I was sent to the circus. I could have been a part of this a long time ago. I've been on her shows.
She says she was summoned. That's a real interesting word to use. You were summoned to the circus. Very interesting word to use, Delilah. Very interesting word to use. Y'all gonna very interesting words. Yeah, they money drying up. That's why they coming to YouTube, girl. Because listen, all the housewives and stuff, all of them got their YouTube channels and all this stuff. Everybody got their little YouTube channels, honey. I was like, Oh, I feel you, auntie. She was a fool. She can fool some people some of the time, but she can't fool all the people all the time. Come on. Okay, now that part, honey, period. Her and Carlissa has come on. They have animosity. Let's keep it real. She telling everything.
I've been around her while she on live saying, don't put me on the camera. So if I wanted some clout, I could have had that a long time ago. This ain't.
Carlissa don't got, baby. Carlissa is the queen of clout chasing. If I do a survey right now, Carlissa is the queen of the clout chase. She's the queen of it. Baby, she done surpassed Mama D. She done surpassed Lyrica Mama. She done surpassed Mama Jones. She done surpassed Deb Atney. She done surpassed, baby, it's the mothers. She done surpassed what's her name? From she done surpassed Ray J Mama. She done surpassed, baby, when I say she is the clout queen of the clout chase. And the sad thing about it is she clout chased off her grandchild and the mother of her grandchild. Y'all, because let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. We've been seeing how Blue, like people clout chasing off of Blue. We've been seeing how that's been going lately, right? Because we got all these women that came out, and all these women they just claim the fame. It's they Blueface side piece. And let's just keep it a buck. How has that been going for them? How has that been going for them? I don't know. How's that been going for? Because that's been their claim to fame. That's been their claim to fame. And I mean, is his numbers going up? Is he charting? Are the girls getting famous? Is everybody talking about some We Want Blue? Oh, okay. Y'all let me know. Let me know, because I might have missed it. I could be missing it.
Saying about clout.
All right. So that's interesting. We're definitely going to get into that a bit because you have made some appearances on the show as well. That's their Carlissa's Family Show. Their Sisak, I think, if I'm saying it right. I always say it wrong. I don't think I'm the only one, but
subscribe
right?
on Patreon.
So we will talk a little bit about that, but I think everybody kind of wants to know a bit. So maybe we might start with your relationship with Blueface and his family, like when he was growing up, how involved you were, did y'all live close by, things like that, just to give people an idea of Aunt Faith.
My relationship with Blue, like you see that I'm close to their mother, so I am the auntie that are close to her children. He spent a lot of time at my house.
Now it's like, okay, so if you're not close to your sister, you're not close to your other sisters or whatever, you only but now you're the auntie that's closest to her children. But I don't see you doing a lot with I don't see you a lot with Callie. Callie's still free. I don't know. These pictures be old. These don't even be new pictures. But who knows? I don't know. Who knows?
As a child, because I have kids his age. My kids spent time with him at their house. I was that auntie. They know me. They know me. They're comfortable with me. Spent the night, stayed, babysat them. We have a really good relationship.
Okay, I hear that. Now, sorry, it's just the chat's getting my attention here
That's
tonight.
why I'm glad I can't see it. It'd be distracting you. You get off topic. You got to stay focused.
You understand, Trissy? Now, okay, so how would you best describe Blueface's personality, I guess, and character, kind of growing up and versus now? Maybe growing up versus now. How about that?
Okay, I'm gonna have this. Okay, so he is sweet and he is charming. And even now, that's the same person he is with me. So I get to see the other side of him online or hear about it. But when I'm with him or he's around me, he is still sweet and he is still charming. Always has been. you know, his success doesn't surprise me because, you know, he was great at sports. We always watched him. He did acting gigs. We always watched him. And even as a child, 5 and 6 years old, he was about money. He would always ask, Auntie, you got dollars? Or Grandma, you got dollars? And
y'all think that's cute? Y'all think that's cute? Y'all didn't even gear that towards the right way. That shows how much intellect, how much type of person you is. Because if you have a child that's about money, then you would gear them towards money things. You would gear them towards making money the right way. You would gear them towards earning $1. You will gear them and you will mold them differently. Y'all always talking about he loved money. He loved money. We always knew he was going to be blue-faced because he loved money. He loved money. No, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
What do you think?
Cute. Thank you. You look so cute. You had to come get dressed and say, Mimi, what you think? You said, Miss Moo Moo, don't forget I told you how sick they were about the fact that Krishan and CJ has been viral and getting all attention lately. She's going to try her hardest to pull a stunt to try, baby. Listen, baby, we know for sure. And, you know, of course, it's smart to try to go get y'all back, you know, try to ride the little wave. But y'all messed up. Y'all not going to get no momentum in this wave. Only reason I'm talking about y'all is because I talk about y'all all the time. This is y'all my content. I'm going to keep it a buck. Jezebel and Delilah is my content. I talk about them all the time. And they prove me right about everything I say about them. They have not proved me wrong about nothing yet. So it's killing her. She can't keep herself watchman. Now she got her partner Evil as faithless sister on board with her to join the hate. So child, we see because they do anything to one up. But they're not one upping nobody. They're not one upping nobody. Jezebel and Delilah is gonna do what they're gonna do because they got their minions that's gonna push. I can debunk everything they say. That's my job. Right now in this season, God is telling me to debunk everything Jezebel and Delilah do. Oh well, I obey my father.
if you give him $5, he would cry and pout. This is not enough money. So even as a child, he was predestined for it. He would really be upset.
Predestined to be what? $30 million in debt? Because y'all didn't teach him nothing as a child. Y'all didn't teach him nothing as a child, so he was predestined to be what? $30 million in debt?
I want this kind of snack.
Go tell baby son to, hold on, y'all. Okay, Google. Broadcast to kitchen display. Michaela, come here, please. So, what did I say? What did y'all teach him? He's $30 million in debt. What did y'all teach him? He's $30 million in debt. What did y'all teach him? He got a baby mama and a wife. He got 2 separate families. He's in prison. He don't have a college degree. He got known just because of who he know. Help me. What did y'all teach him? I'll wait. Hey, Miss Debriel. Give me a second. I'll wait. Hey, Ann. What did y'all teach him?
If he asked you for some money and you gave him $1 or $5, he would say, this is not enough money. So he had dreams even as a child.
I hear that. I hear that. Now, some people are wondering, including Kristen here, perhaps why we haven't seen you out till now type thing.
Because I have a different path. I have a different career other than entertainment. And so I had no reason to come forth. But now I've been given a reason to come forth. So like I said, I've been on her show several times. If she's going live while we're out walking or talking, you may hear me in the back.
Okay, my clock say 2:22. We got to pray real quick. Lord, I just thank you for everything. I honor you. I praise you. I give you all the honor, the joy, the good, the bad. Lord, you know our hearts. You know our intent, Lord. I just ask you right now to bless everybody under the sound of my voice, Lord. I ask you right now to rebuke anything that is sent into people's lives, Lord, that is not of you, God. We ask right now for your people to come forward to bring good health, wealth, love, joy, peace, harmony, all things unto this world, Lord. We just ask right now that you rebuke the enemy's plan right now. We cast it into the deepest and the darkness forms of the sea right now, Lord. And we just ask right now to release prosperity, release love, release joy, release peace, release harmony, release love and joy into our house. We ask you right now, Lord, to release your angels from the north, south, east, and west to encamp around us as we go forth. This and other blessings we ask right now in the name of the Most High. Amen, amen, amen. Okay. So, yeah, I'm when I see my numbers, I got to stop and obey God. Okay? So, give me a minute.
Background. I just didn't come on the camera because it wasn't my time for that. I'm a woman of purpose and timing. It wasn't my time for that.
She's a woman of purpose and timing. She's a woman of purpose and timing. So what is your purpose? What is your purpose now? How wasn't it your purpose when he needed help, and he needed prayer, and he needed all these things when you were out here? When he was out here free. Why wasn't that your purpose then? Why wasn't the time then? Now the time is when she's losing? Is that the time?
But when the time came, of course, I met with my team. I have a board, and we made this decision collectively because, again, I was summoned.
So basically, you saying you talked to your board, you talked to all these people because you were summoned. You were summoned. That part. Yeah, I mean these pecans. They're so good. That part. Yeah, I know I'm a country girl, child. I eat pecans. That's my little snack. You were summoned. And you mean to tell me your church was okay with what was going on? Why didn't they say, bring your sister here so we can get her delivered? But you were summoned. Okay.
They sent for me, and God sent me, and that's why I came. And so that's why I'm here. I could have been here, but why now? Because this is the time. This is the time that I'm needed.
I hear that. I hear that. Now, we're gonna get in a bit about what this time kind of looks like for y'all, because like I said, it's been your relationship with Blueface, growing up, and and what you think about his personality and things like that. How would you say your relationship is with him right now?
It's still the same. Like maybe 2 months before he went to jail, I saw him and I spent some time with him. Because he's young and he's famous and he got.
But didn't Carlissa just say this weekend that Faith went into jail to see Blue? Did Blue not accept her visit? Or was they going to these? They went to the King of Crabs. They went to both jails. They need to make sure ain't nothing planted. They need to make sure ain't nothing planted. I'm just saying.
A lot going on. I'm not overbearing trying to chase him down. So and again, he's not my child. So I give him that grace and that.
Because they say you don't even chase down your own kids. They say you go chase down a man. But they say that you won't chase down your own kid. That's what they said. I don't know how true that is. But that's what they say. They say you'll go chase behind a man, but you don't chase down your own children. That you don't care nothing about your own children. Okay? Then you're like, I got one in here and I got one. Okay, but baby, if you got 5, baby, and you only know what 3 of them met, then that's a problem. Because I got 9. One is at home with being a mother because she homeschools her. She still has infant children. One is she might be in here asleep right now because she works overnights. The other one's at work. My son, he's taking his baby to the doctor. My other daughter, she's at work. My other daughter, she's resting up because she's on vacation this week. My 2 sons, one's playing a game, the other one's playing a game, and then my other son, he's at work. I can pick up and call any of my kids right now. Right now. You can't say that, boo-boo. So really and truly, you can tell me nothing. Nothing about being a parent. Miss Moo wasn't her daughter just cussing her out and saying that she needs to see about her own children and stuff and say herself a color. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But you were summoned. We ain't gonna let that's the word, summoned. Because she said it more than one time. She swear it one time. It was for clout because it was for a to bring people into her ministry. I'm sure when she went to the ministry, I'm sure when she went to sit down with her ministry people, it was like, oh, people will be able to see us. It'll bring more exposure to the ministry. People will be able to see me turning my sister's life around and getting her to be a better person and whatever. But baby, once Delilah got there and that spirit activated, bloop. See, because she didn't house this spirit for a long time. See, this ain't no new spirit. This ain't nothing new she done picked up. Delilah is who she is. Jezebel is who Carlissa is. They done had these spirits and they done battled these spirits all their life. If you listen to their stories, if you listen to stories about them, they done battled this all their lives.
That space, but I saw him about 2 months before he went to jail, and it was still smiles and giggles. He was here in the city, and they were doing a performance, and I surprised them. He didn't even know I was coming. And so, I get in there and, security and everybody's there. And I'm like, can you get his attention? And, I guess the people with him probably thought I was a groupie or something. So they kind of ignored me. So I told the security who worked the spot, can you get his attention? So he looked over there and he saw me and he started, let her through, let her in, And so I went up in the VIP with him and, whispered some things in his ear because this is the opportunity for me to minister to him. I didn't care where we were. I whispered some things into his ear and made sure he heard what I had to say. And I enjoyed the night with him, and he was still smiling. We still took pictures. I recorded it when he got home. He texted me, send me the video, so the video that he posted, he got that from me. It was still love and family. And because you brought that up, something that really lingers with me even today, over a year later. Has it been a year? It seems like it. Has he been gone a year? Oh my goodness. So when we were leaving the place, I was way on the other side of the parking lot getting in my car, and his driver was parked out front, and he left before me. And so when I came out, he was still there, and I said bye to him, and he yelled across the parking lot, I love you. Do you know I cried all the way home because I'm like, Lord, what is happening to my family? Like, that's still my baby. He didn't care about how many people were with him, who was looking, who was there. He yelled from the door or wherever the car was parked at the curb of the entrance. And I'm all the way on the other side of the parking lot. He yelled across that parking lot, I love you. And that just really, it still melts my heart today because he's still my nephew. Outside of what he got going on, I know what's inside of him. And
I hear that, you know what I mean? And family is really everything, right? So I get that. I get the feeling of, the warmth and all that. And sometimes, even me looking at my kids right now, I'm kind of shocked with, how fast they grow, right? And where they are right now already just being, young children, right? It's crazy, right? So I get it, you know what I mean? I get all that. Speaking about, love and receiving that from him, the internet is quite, I guess, interested here and there about the relationship between Blueface and his mom, right? Because in a lot of posts, or we can go back and forth, with videos of him saying that he's had a great childhood, having Carlissa back is like, it kind of like brings the child out in him again, and the positive things, in some clips that he have seen. But of course, we have seen, a bunch of different interviews as well where he would have said, some negative things, which leads people to believe right now that, they don't really have much of a relationship. So, how would you describe their relationship if you were to try your best to?
I think a lot of children have the pros and the cons, the ups and the downs, the likes and the dislikes in their parents. So if he's expressed both, then he's being authentic and being who he is. He has moments where he's hating her and moments where he loves her. And you just said you've seen him say positive things and you've seen him say negative things. We all have a positive and a negative. He just happens to express it. And, you know, for the people, they get real gung-ho off of the negative, but the positive is just as important. They had a good relationship. This is probably where they gonna start getting mad, but Carlissa's children are very spoiled. And this is my opinion from being around and being in their lives. They were spoiled, and so they became entitled. And so, you know, and they may not feel like they were spoiled because to them that might be the norm. But she did a lot of things that are abnormal in a lot of families for her children. And now when I say a lot, I'm saying a lot. Her children were very spoiled. And that's that's the terminology I'm using.
Okay, I hear that. So you know, I guess so right now, would you say that there is a relationship between Blueface and Carlissa, or they're still going to have to kind of try to amend that?
Relationship is just awkward because of all that has went on. A lot has went on, so it's very awkward. Can it be restored? Absolutely. It's not 100% severed. Awkward isn't severed. So.
And when you say a lot happens, like what comes to the forefront of that?
The social media beef and drama, you know, the violent moments years back. You know, those things leave a mark and leave a stain.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, you know, being in the bloggers world, I do see, you know, having the difference of opinions from different people, the different, you know, expectations from people and stuff. Like, you know, it does make it tough, you know, on how to react, you know, when to react, you know, and, you know, and even, you know, most recently in some of Krishan's lyrics, it's like you invite the world in, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like now the world's watching, right? So you got to make sure you do right with that, and you try your best to kind of, you know, have more positive movements, I guess, in the future going forward, right? So it's, you know, it's complicated, but I do understand how it can get very messy. You know, this family, I think, puts a lot out on the internet, right? There's tea daily on the internet, you know, when it comes to this family, even extensions of the circus, right? You know, like the side chicks most recently, like things like that. There's usually something going on in the circus, right? And speaking about things going on, most recently the internet has had a moment of really, you know, hearing a lot from your sisters and stuff, right? So, you know, people jokingly or maybe they were serious earlier in the chat and they said, you know, like, why did you come out? Why did you come out all of a sudden, you know? But I think, you know, a very interesting question might be, why did all of you come out all of a sudden, right?
I was invited out. I came through the front door. I didn't have to come through the back door.
Okay, so I think we're gonna get a bit into that. So speaking about coming through the front door, maybe we can speak a bit about, you know, like what I don't know if you're saying that has anything to do with Carlissa, but I kind of want to get into, you know, what would you say your relationship is right now, what it's like right now with Carlissa?
We have a really good relationship. We always have. It's just we bump heads, and we don't always see eye to eye. And she's really aggressive about her opinion and her views. And, you know, being the younger sister where she practically raised me, I had to submit to that. My mom was a mother of order. So if my mom is not home or my dad is not home, the oldest is in charge. So you do what they say, just like they're the parent, or you'll get in trouble just like they're the parent. So I always had to submit to that. But when I got grown, I would say probably in my mid-20s, I snapped out of it like, hold on, I got my own brain. I got my own mind. I do not have to take it your way, see it your way, or do what you say. And that causes us to bump heads. And I think that's the same thing that causes her children to bump heads, because she's very strong mind, strong will, and she believes that her way is the way. And if you disagree, you can really bump heads where she means well, but she has to leave that space for people to be able to think for themselves. And I think it has a lot to do with being the oldest and being in charge and being responsible, that if something don't go right, it's going to fall on you. But them childhood traumas in the past, they got to be nipped in the bud. They got to be nipped in the bud. But we do have a good relationship. We do bump heads. But after much communication and laying things out and much arguing and taking sister breaks from each other, We've learned how to communicate, go ahead and have a disagreement, go ahead and say what we got to say, how we want to say it, and then wind down for a minute. Not, run to the internet or run to Sister Girl or anything like that. Just take a minute and then come on, bring it back. But that comes, with maturity and understanding that, we need each other and we love each other. So it's okay to argue. It's okay to disagree. It's how we argue and how we disagree. What are we saying in the midst of the argument or disagreement is what stabilized the relationship. But it hasn't always been that way. We both had to come into the knowledge of, okay, we got to do this different. Like, this ain't finna be 6-out. We not finna be toxic. We gotta figure something out. We gotta do things different. We're getting older now.
I hear that. So right now, you would say it's safe to say that, I guess as a younger sister, you've grown out of that, so if there is a need to debate, you'll have that debate and discussion with your older sister, Carlissa, right? Like, that's the idea, right? Like, like if we gonna have to talk this out, we're gonna talk this out. Like allegedly, y'all had a bit of a debate just recently that Carlissa said she didn't know you was gonna pop on here and all that kind of stuff. The viewers don't believe this. The viewers don't believe that.
We had a really big argument. I think it was Sunday. And, I don't be knowing when the cameras is rolling. I'm like, is them cameras on? You need to turn them cameras off, because I really don't do all of that. And so I guess they trained to have them rolling. I don't know how much was rolling or how much wasn't, but we had a very heated debate on Sunday. So we still have them. But what siblings don't have debates or disagree? Ours get passionate because we're both headstrong. But again, it's what you going to say. Are you going to call me out my name in this disagreement, or are we just going to disagree? Because you can have a mature argument and a mature debate. People who are immature or hurt and broken and got all these issues, they revert to name calling in arguments and debates. You can have an argument and a debate without name calling, without belittling, without attacking. But again, it takes discipline and maturity to even do that. We see that on the internet every day.
I hear that. There's a lot of crazy stuff on the internet every day. Now, that gives us an understanding, and I think a lot of viewers have their observation and their thoughts about, you and Carlissa's relationship and how close you guys are and things like that. Like, as of recently, I know in the comments, people were assuming that you would come up here today and just kind of completely, blanket statement stuff for her. But I think if correct me if I'm wrong, but you're trying your best to, explain and give her, accountability where she needs to take it in a lot of these situations, right? Because I don't, to myself, I don't hear you saying that, she's perfect here and perfect there and all that kind of stuff, because nobody's really perfect, right? I do hear you pointing out some things that, I think the viewers and ourselves have seen, right? It's just for us to, I guess, hopefully better understand why somebody reacts the way they do, but again, there's a lot going on in the circus, and just half of what happened yesterday could be a good reason than whatever is going to happen next week type thing. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, we have an understanding of you and Carlissa's relationship. What about your relationship with your other sisters? Because, we didn't know them, and Blue Rock TTV's viewers, we don't really run a lot of news about the other sisters, nor yourself, right? So this is still kind of fairly new to us, right? And I will put that out there, at no point in time are we going to sit here and say, oh, nobody else is able to come up here and tell their truth, it's fair opportunity, right? But speaking about, Octavia and Carletta, the ones who have put themselves out there in a sense, right? What are your relationships with them? Like, how would you explain that if you wanted to kind of touch on that a bit?
Well, Octavia and I haven't had a relationship in a very long time. I would probably say 10 years or more. And then Carletta and I, we were really close up until a little over, maybe about 2 years ago now. So we don't have really close knitted relationship anymore.
Okay. Now, what about Carletta and Carlissa's relationship? What would you say that is like, kind of looking at it?
It's always been up and down their entire lives. So they've had moments where they were close and moments where they weren't forever.
Okay. All right. So they've been those siblings, right?
Huh?
I said they've been those types of siblings, right? The ones who are pretty much back and forth. all the time at the dinner table, getting ready for school, you know, maybe all that stuff. Who knows, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't really know how long y'all lived together, how long y'all lived apart, right? But I do know, you know, as family dynamics grow, you know, we do somewhat drift apart just for busy reasons, going to work every day, all that kind of stuff, right? So, how would you say that was for Carla and Carlissa? Like, have they, you know, been, you know, in a close relationship for the last 10 years or so, or has it been somewhat distant?
Well,
High?
like I said, distant. Like they'll go years without speaking, and they'll speak for a few months. It'll be on and off.
Okay. All right. Now I do have a question here from the viewer. How do you feel about how Carlissa treats your mom? I don't know what they mean by that, but maybe you can just explain how you think that relationship is, if you wanted to touch on that, because I don't think we've spoken about whether or not you wanted to talk about
Well,
your mom.
they don't talk, so I don't know how she gets the opportunity to treat her right or wrong. They don't deal with each other.
Okay. Now, there has also been some things said about you lately, you know, I believe from one of your sisters. Did you wish to, because I know that people be cutting it up and sending it to everybody and all this kind of stuff. So I'm sure you may have received some yourself. Did you want to address any of that or give any kind of commentary towards what have been said by any of your sisters?
Now, y'all know I let it go a little bit longer because I was on a phone call. Because I'm just... Yes, you still trying to windmill for Carlissa. You still trying to windmill for Carlissa. Can somebody help me? Why? So spoiled that Callie raided her father, then the minority of her youth, raised by her father, the minority of the youth, Dre raised in prison, and Blueface raised by gang members. Exactly, Princess. Exactly. That part. Man, let me tell you, because I wish none of them had came out. They're embarrassing to me. And Beth, listen, they ain't even your family. They ain't even our family, and they embarrassing. They ain't even our siblings. They ain't even our family members, and they embarrassing. Now, what that tell you? That you no longer in charge of the adult children. They need to mind their own business. Exactly. But they are. Because this is spiritual. See, this is the thing. What people are seeing, they're looking at this, but if you just look at the dynamics, especially how they treat the men in their family, the women in their family, they just kind of throw them by the wayside. Let's just keep it a buck. The women in their family, you don't see none of their kids, their women children, their female children, their girl children, their sister children. You don't see none of these girls out here. They're not going to bat for them. I feel like your daughter came out here and spoke these things about the type of person you were as a mother, and you so busy defending Carlissa, you're not even defending yourself. She do need to run for an exorcism into the children. She needs to, but listen, baby, look, she went to the church, honey, and the church wouldn't even, the church said, no, she got to go. Because you can't, them demons was manifesting. See, people don't understand when the spirit is high. When you're in somewhere, you go somewhere and the spirit of God is high, them demons will manifest every single time. They have no choice. They're trained to do that. They're trained to do that. They're trained to manifest in the high of the praise of the spirit. So they're going to manifest every single time. So them people went in that church, that spirit probably was high in that church, and them demons begin to manifest. And now we are seeing an explanation of what them demons have done. So look at her. Hey, Shayna. Look at her. Y'all, please hit that like button. Please, please, please. Girl, Delilah ain't that dumb. She ain't that dumb. She not. And then she, oh, her and Carletta always been like that. I already told y'all, I think it's all a bunch of baloney. I think they all working together to keep their family relevant. They might not argue. I think the only people who was genuine in this fight against each other is the kids, the sons and the daughters and stuff and shit. I don't even know with that. But I would hope, you know, they're a little bit more genuine with what they're doing. It's sad though. It's sad. So she dang sure not finna defend her mama against Carlissa. I think she may be scared of her too, because what the hell else can it be? This is sick. So basically she okay with the way that heifer speaks on her mama. That is sick. Let me tell you this, Miss D-Real, for real. Because Jezebel controls Delilah. Did you hear her say she was summoned? Do you hear her say she was summoned? Come on, y'all. She was summoned. When they summoned you to something, she was summoned, she said. She ain't have nothing to say about nobody. No, because and then you supposed to have went to go see them. Huh? At the doctor. You went to go, you had to go, you went to go, you allegedly went to go see them. I told y'all better see what they planted at them jails. Y'all better see what they went over there and did some kind of spells. Y'all better pray against whatever they did, y'all. Y'all better lift up the Most High against whatever they done went to them jails and did. They went to his business, and then she said something. It's packed in here. It's packed. Girl, it was one table of a family, and then it was one other table, and then it was you and Faith. And I know everybody mad at Jonathan right now. Everybody's upset with him right now because him and Krishan is in one of they personal business. I told you, listen, I ain't gonna about to be like, oh, you know, hate on him and this and this and this and that and this and this and this and that, because they are in two different lanes of life. He not ready. He not ready to get in her lane. When he gets ready to get in her lane, trust me, she gonna stop the car and let him in the car. But right now, she said, you go on and walk that walk. You go on and walk on that side of the street. And when you ready, you can come get in the car. And I think it's important to see right now, since everybody say he's the clout. Since everybody say he's the clout, and she's nothing, and she needs him, and she can't do it without him, and she's, you know, he's her everything, and if it wasn't for him, and da 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 da. So let's put it to the test. If that's true, let's put it to the test. And we see, and let's be honest, the only reason y'all is even getting no momentum as even being part of his family is because her family ain't doing nothing. Because her family quiet and silent. Because they doing this. China, she's doing her own thing. She's finding her lane on these YouTube streets. where she's talking about what she wanted to come on these YouTube streets and talk about, and that's SA and abuse and stuff. So she's been over there covering some of the stuff that has happened to Naziah Harris and all that. So she's finding her lane of what she wanted to do when she came on these YouTube streets. When she sometimes you don't have to, it's how you handle things. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes you got to go through. She done made her mistakes. She done got her demonetization. She done got her monetization back. She done made all her mistakes. Now she can move forward. Okay. And and for everybody, everybody is not everybody's cup of tea. Everybody's not my cup of tea. And I'm not their cup of tea. But we have to respect and support one another in this journey. Then you got Terrence. Terrence is speaking at churches now. He's out here writing his books. He's helping other people write their books. You know what I'm saying? He's helping his siblings put out books. Most of them got a book that's coming out through his publishing company, or they're in the process of working on their books to come out through his publishing company. Then you got Sierra. Sierra, stay out the way. Sierra mind her business. Sierra's never been one that's been into all this stuff. Then you got Tareen. Tareen's doing to are incarcerated. And maybe they'll get their life together. Then you got Tesla. Tesla's doing her food thing. Then you got Tasiki. Girl, Tasiki done got her a new man, child, honey. She done left the man she had took from Chastity, child. And then now they done divorced, dumped, or whatever. They said it, child, but I don't even never think they was really married, in my humble opinion. But I ain't the one that got from you. Ain't heard it from me. But I don't know if they was really married or whatever. But she done dumped that Skittle baby, and she done got her a new one, honey. She done dumped him and got her a new man. And baby, I don't know. Then you got, then you got old Chastity Racity. Oh, Raspy Chastity, child. She just hating. She really need to leave that relationship with Carlista. She just really need to just stop taking Carlista's advice. She should need to really stop listening to Carlista. She really should just, but you know what? At this point, she done burned so many damn bridges. She ain't got nobody else to, she done burned all her bridges. Sometimes when you burn your bridges, you got to go with what you know. And that look like that's Paul Little. That look like that's Yes, I got a big old thing. Okay. It's my little snack. You gotta go with what you know. And I guess that's Carlista. I don't know. Then you got Petey. You got Krishan. She getting her life together. And then you got baby Petey. He in school. Being a father. Doing his thing. And I look at them two, Krishan and Petey. I'm like, they really hold on tight to their kids for the simple fact that they know what they've been through. Girl, I'm just saying. The darkness is real. She need to be quiet. I don't think you care that much for it anyway, Miss D-Real. I don't even it's deep in the mud. Sorry, y'all. This weather is bad or something because this internet is acting crazy. Huh. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this thing back. So I'm like, what the heck? Okay, I'm going to watch 3 more minutes, y'all. 3 more minutes of it. Ugh. Hold on. Oh, okay.
You know what? For the most part, I would say no matter what I say or what they say, there's people who don't know you and they're forced to choose to believe or not. So whether it's a lie or the truth, somebody is going to choose to believe it or not. So if for me to get on here and try to defend myself, there'll be the group of people who will say, oh, she's lying. And there's to be a group of people who believe you. But at the end of the day, there's a group of people who know us. So they know what is a lie. They know what the truth is. So for me to try to defend it to some strangers, I would have to lower my vibration to do that.
Oh, not lower her vibration.
Okay, I hear that.
Hold
now,
on.
you know.
Okay, you said you would have to lower your vibration to do that, to defend. Girl, how you gonna have to lower your vibration to defend stuff when it wasn't us that it was your daughter that said these things about you. Your flesh, your bone of your bone, your flesh of your flesh. So what the low vibration is that these things were said about you. That's the low vibration that a child could even say these things about her mother is the low vibration. That's the low vibration, sis. Huh. Girl. It is the lowest. Child, just have fun.
As long as it's a lie or the past, I'm okay.
She said, as long as it's a lie or the past, she okay. So your kids are the past. You not being a good grandmother is of the past. You not being a good mother is of the past. You not being a good sister is of the past. Okay. Ignorance is really real.
But if it's something I need to check myself with right now or in my future, that's another story. So again, if somebody hasn't spoken to you in years and you don't have any mutual counterparts and you're not in the same state or in the same city, how do they even know anything about you? So it would be speculation and assumption, or
like you do with Jonathan, like you do with Blueface. You speculate and assume with him? Wouldn't that be speculation and assumption? I'm just asking. Would that be considered speculation and assumption? Yes, no, maybe so.
The past or a lie. Because again, if you don't have mutual friends, you're not in the same city, you can only go by what someone tells you or what you see on the internet. So you really don't know. You're assuming or you're speculating.
Sure, I hear that. Now, Kristen was saying something about Callie putting hands on mom. Carlissa told us this or something like that. Do you know anything about that or comments about that?
I know the story. I wasn't there, so I don't know the details. And that's just like anything else. They have their side of the story and they have their side of the story. Because I was not there, I have to choose to believe one side of it.
And you chose to believe Carlissa's side. And you chose to believe Carlissa's side. And you chose to believe Carlissa's side. But that's what you just said.
Or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know what I mean?
You can hear one person's story and be foolish to make a decision. How can you make a sound decision when you haven't heard the other person's story or point of view? That's a foolish person.
So you're a foolish person because that's what you've been doing. You didn't hear Carlissa say whatever she had to say about Krishan. You didn't heard all this and this. Baby, if you know a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, not some of his ways, all his ways. I'm coming. Give me 5 minutes. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Not some of his ways, not a little bit of his ways, no, all his ways. So what that tell you? What that tell you? Because you waited. You didn't get confirmation. Everything you know about this girl is what you done heard about this girl. You haven't sat and had no conversation with this girl. You haven't sat and asked her what happened. You haven't sat and conversated with her and know how she feel about things and how she feel about what Carlissa did and whatever. Because a real woman of God would have did that. So you did the things of a foolish woman. Because that's what you just said. That's a foolish person to do that. So you did the things of a foolish woman. Come on, Delilah. Come on. You got to be a little bit more smart, Delilah. Come on now.
So again, I wasn't there. So I can't say who's lying or who's telling the truth. I know history. I know character. I know personality to help me form a belief. But for the most part, my eyes weren't there.
I hear that. Now, this Andrea person in the chat, since we've started the interview, I think has been asking this question. Does she like Papa Smurf? I don't know if you guys are talking about Papa Blue. And if that's the case, what do you mean by does she like Papa Blue? Like, is she cool with him? So maybe, have you ever spoken to Papa Blue? Are y'all cool? Any words about him?
I know everybody. I'm there. Yes, I know him. I don't have a like or a dislike. I haven't dealt with him in so many years, since the kids have been grown, that I would have to be around him again to see or know him.
Because she don't know him like that. She don't know him like that. She don't know him that's like that at all. Hey, sis. She don't know him like that. She don't know that damn man. But then I got video of you saying how you know him and how you talk to him and girl, a lie? A lie ain't nothing for you to tell. That's right. Her church didn't approve this, sis. Ain't no way, because she went on there and told them, oh, it's going to bring more people. Poor people going to start coming and watching us. And it's going to raise our numbers. And Carlissa says my sister's a marketing person. My sister's a marketing genius. And she's going to make sure. That's what she went and told them people. She did. She definitely did. That's what she went and told them people. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Hold on, let me. I got a women. This book is called Women of the Bible for the Women of Color. And I just actually, this little book I found, I was just standing in line at the checkout at the grocery store. At H-E-B, I'm standing in line at the checkout at H-E-B, and I look over and I see this book. And I said, let me grab this, because I like stuff like this. Just little reference books. I like stuff like this. Let me find her. And this is just a little, just a little reference book. That's all she did. That's all she did. Hey, sis. All she did. The whole interview. Delilah had a special power over Samson's heart, and it wasn't exclusively the power of sexual attraction. Although Delilah has proved herself untrustworthy, she still was able to make Samson feel comfortable with her. The people in our lives, especially our loved ones, need to feel comfortable around us. They need to feel as if they can trust us. We, in turn, should not use this special power to destroy them, but to help them grow into the people of God that God has called them to become. Women must be aware of the strength that God has given us all. Understand that Satan desires to use his strength for evil. We must choose how God-given strength will be used and built up and to destroy. Or to destroy. Okay? Let's go to... It's important for women to be conscious of their strength because of their potential to build up or destroy. Did I do that? Oh, yeah. Because of the potential to build up or destroy, women have the power to build up individuals, families, community, and churches. Likewise, the same power can also destroy. Delilah chose to destroy a man for money. Delilah chose to destroy for money. She could have chosen to help build up his character, as Deborah attempted to do with Barak. Instead, as a result of her decision at the same time, the Samson was destroyed. so were the thousands of Delilah's people. Do you know they're gonna get some repercussions about what they doing? Y'all don't think they gonna look? Come on, these spirits is here. They gonna get some repercussions about what they are doing. Yeah, you did, sis. You seen this book? I know. And it has like little, I like to read it too, because I just, sometimes I'll be like, Lord, what spirit am I housing today? Lord, let me pray about it. And it has little scriptures in it. Oh my God, y'all can't see the words, but it has little scriptures and stuff in it. Because people don't know. People don't know how these people. Oh Lord, honey, what's it? Y'all be like, why auntie call him Jezebel and Delilah? Let me tell you why I call him Jezebel and Delilah. Baby, look at the picture they got for Delilah. I mean for Jezebel. This who they got for the picture of Jezebel. Look at that. A wicked queen, evil, idolatrous, an abuser of power, and just a few of descriptions associated with Queen Jezebel. However, even from her story, women of color can learn a lesson. She was evil. She was evil. She was wicked. Jezebel grew up in a home and community of idol worshippers. She brought her own religion beliefs with her when she married King Ahab, and her influence contributed to the widespread worship of idols in Israel. Jezebel influenced both the king and the country, and Ahab's reign was characterized as evil as part result of her resilience in his wife and her views. Elijah, one of God's prophets during the reign of Ahab and Jezebel, Elijah challenged that 450 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of Israel to call on their gods to send fire up on the altar. Of course, there was an unsuccessful. Elijah prayed to God to send fire on an altar that Elijah had first soaked in water. The true and living God produced fire. After Elijah won his After Elijah won his amazing challenge, he ordered the deaths of all the prophets of Baal and Azra. When Jezebel heard what Elijah had done to the prophets of the gods she sent a message to Elijah threatening to unalive him the next day. It has been said that the test of a true prophet is that his and her prediction comes true. Jezebel's predictions about taking Elijah's life did not come true. Elijah ran away and hid from Jezebel's wrath, but Yahweh protected, fed, and sheltered him. Conversely, Elijah prophesied about Jezebel's destruction as well as her family's demise, and she died just as Elijah prophesied. Dogs devoured her so that no one could recognize her body. Ahab and Jezebel's evil choices contribute to their own deaths, the deaths of the prophets of Baal and the deaths of 70 sons of Ahab. Sometimes it seems like the wicked prosper and the righteous suffer. But this story reminds us that there is a day of judgment coming. Regardless of how things seem, eventually the righteous will receive shelter, as was true with Elijah. And the evil has its own reward, as we've seen through the deaths of Ahab, Jezebel, and their children. Reflect on a time when things like this, the wicked were prospering. How did things turn out? Seek life on God's side, regardless of how things look around you. That's what it said. Because we see now, we be thinking like, dang, Why is people like support this? Why is this? Why is that? Where is this, baby? God say it's gonna come down. He gonna come down. We see Natalie Nunn. She has the same spirit. They all have, it's a group of women that is going here. You definitely gonna be judged by God's wrath. You definitely. Delilah and Jezebel sitting right before our very eyes, and people being blindsided. Faith and Carlissa. People better wake up and stop listening to that foolishness. You better tell it. You better tell it. Her and Carlissa are foolish women according to the Bible. They're foolish. They're foolish women. That's what the word of God says. This ain't the word of God. This ain't the Bible, y'all, but it's, you know, it just gives you a paraphrase. But that's what the word say. We can go to let's go to First Kings, because we don't talk about Jezebel. Because see, sometimes you gotta hold on. And then let's go down to because you got to remember, Jezebel and they children was evil too, y'all. It wasn't just them. Their children was doing evil stuff too, because they raised their children to be evil. They raised their children to be evil like them. Hold on, let me, because y'all know we can look at it in the word. So let's look at let's start at 29. And in the 38th year of Ezra, king of Judah, began Ahab the son of Omar to reign over Israel. And Ahab the son of Omar reigned over Israel and Samaria 22 years. And Ahab the son of Omar did evil in the sight of the Lord above all that were before him. And it came to pass that if he had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jehoshaphat, the son of Nabat, and he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Edabel, king of the Zidonians, and went and served Baal and worshipped him. And he reared up an altar to Baal in the house of Baal, which he had built in Samaria. And Ahab made a grove, and Ahab did more to provoke the Lord God of Israel to anger than all of the kings of Israel than were before him. In this day did Held the Belialite build Jericho. He led the foundation thereof in Abraham, his firstborn, to set up the gates, therefore, in the youngest son of Sabagan, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Joshua, the son of Nun. Okay. Let's go to verse 8. This is verse 16. Y'all just go read First Kings. If you want to learn about Jezebel, go on and read it. Go read First Kings. Let's go to 18. Let's read all of 18. We're gonna read all of 18. And then we're gonna I'm gonna take a break because y'all nephew is gonna, if he come back up here, I'm gonna scream. So let me finish this and then I'm gonna take a break, okay? If you come back up here, I'm gonna scream, y'all. And it came to pass after many days, the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go, sue thyself. Hold on, y'all. slew thyself unto Ahab, and they were sore fam in Samaria. And Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared Lord greatly. For it was so when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water. And Ahab said unto Obadiah, go into the land, unto all fountains of the water, and unto all brooks. Peradventure, we may find grass to save the horses and mules alive, and we will lose not all the beasts. So they divided the land unto them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him, and he fell on his face and said, aren't I that my Lord Elijah? And he answered to him, I am. So tell the Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And he said, what have I sinned that thou wouldst deliver thy servant unto the hand of Ahab to slay me? As the Lord thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom, whether my Lord has not sent to seek thee. And when they said, he is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation, and they found thee not. And now thou sayest, go, tell the Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord shall carry thee, whether I know not, or so when I come and tell Ahab that he cannot find thee, he shall slay me, but I then thy servant feared the Lord for my youth. Was it not told my Lord that I did with Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord? How I hid 100 men of Lord's prophets by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water? And now thy said, go to the Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and he shall slay me? And Elijah said, as the Lord of hosts liveth, before them I stand, I surely slew myself unto him to this day. So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. And it came to pass when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, art thou he that troubles Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thy father's house is ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Balaam. Now therefore send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the grove 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. Listen, y'all better pay attention. He said, bring everybody that's eating at Jezebel's table, everybody that's believing everything and following behind Jezebel, everybody that's listening to Jezebel, bring them to me. All of them. All of them. Y'all better listen. Y'all listen. Y'all know I love the word. So I done got into Bible study with y'all. But listen. It's in the word. It's in the word. It's in the word. We have to destroy the idol. We have to destroy it. Hey, Chanel. Thank you, baby. We have to destroy them. And we seeing them in flesh. And baby, if she didn't show us nothing else, she showed us that she's truly Delilah. If Carlissa ain't showed us nothing else, she showed us that she's truly Jezebel. And those are the spirits that they house. So how do we proceed accordingly? Now, I told you, I said, I've been asking God. I said, God, What spirit? Huh?
Can I have
I know one thing we need to pray against.
some soup?
Give me a second.
Okay.
One thing we do need to pray against is the spirit of Lot wife. That's what we got to pray against for Krishan. We don't want her to be like Lot's wife. We don't want her to go look back. Because sometimes God will move you for something and he'll tell you, don't go back. God will tell you, hey, they can come where you at, but don't you go back to where they're at. Y'all, look, I ain't trying to preach up in here. Listen. Oh, auntie, listen. Oh, Let's read Proverbs 9:13. Y'all know I love scripture. Let's read it. I'll make it big for him. Okay. Let's read the whole Proverbs. Let's just read the whole. It's only 18. Let's read the whole Proverbs. Okay. It says, wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her. Let's read it in a different version, y'all. I know people like the King James version, but sometimes it be so that. So let's go in the NIV. Let's go. Okay. Because sometimes listen, I read in all different versions, but right now let's just read it in the NIV. Respect to anybody that wisdom has built his house. She has set up in its 7 pillars. She has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. She has also set her tables. She has sent out her servants, and she has called from the highest point of the city. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, come, eat my food and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and you will live. Walk in the way of insight. Whoever corrects a mocker invites insults. Without rebukes, the wicked incurs abuse. Do not rebuke mockers or they will hate you. Rebuke the wise and they will love you. Instruct the wise and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For though wisdom, your days will be many and your years will be added to your life. If you are wise, your wisdom will reward you. If you are a mocker, you alone will suffer. Folly is the unruly woman. She is simple and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house and sat at the highest point of the city, calling out to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she say, stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious. But little do they know the dead are there, and her guests are deep in the realm of the dead. Oh! Now that's a word. Hold on, man. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Now that's a word. Now that's a word, baby. The whole Proverbs 9, baby, the way it ends, he said, folly, foolish, folly. Is it, baby? We'll read it in another version. We'll read it in another version. We'll go back to the King James, baby, just so people because some people be like, well, but we'll read it in the King James version too. For a foolish woman is clamminess. She is simple and knoweth nothing. For she sitteth at the door of her house and at the seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their ways. Whosoever is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she says to him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. Y'all better quit playing with her. Y'all better quit playing. Y'all see? That's what the word say. It's a spirit, Chanel. Carlos has shown her true color several times, and people still listen to the nonsense for Jezebel, leading them people to the wrong direction. So sad, but so true. It is. It is this righteous about it, you know. It's a wonderful thing when you're protected by the Most High. It is a wonderful thing when He loves you, baby. When, woo, He says, somebody loves you, baby. And it is the Lord. Somebody loves you, baby. I'm telling you, I know He loves me, baby. That's what I'm saying. It is so important when people let Carlos and Faith stay prayed up. I'm saying, let's go to Psalms 23, sis. Y'all look, we walking through this Bible today. You know, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in the green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thy rod and thy art with me, thy rod and thy staff that comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. And surely in mercy, surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the years and all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Forever. Forever, ever. Yes. Forever, ever. God's word don't change. People might change it, but it's the same. Yes, Lot wife. Most people don't understand. She couldn't let it go. That's what I be praying against. Y'all don't know. When I pray for Krishan, I pray against the spirit of Lot wife. And it's not a lot on Lot wife. But Lot was Abraham's nephew and was a man of substance. He had done well in the sinful city of Sodom and was held in some respect. Says the Lot was sitting in the gateway of the city. Such a position was indicated that Lot was probably the member of the Sodom's ruling council. Because of Lot's power and respect, his wife, Mrs. Lot, see, they never gave you a name, also received some level of respect in her community, and she enjoyed the comforts afforded to her because of her relationship with her husband. So she enjoyed being who she was. And see, we got to remember, we don't, Krishan, see, that's why we got to pray against this spirit. That's why it's important for us to pray against this spirit, y'all. See, we have to understand how this goes. It says Lot wife. It's a perfect example of the principle where you treasure is when your heart will be also. Whew. Where your treasure is, so will your heart. Your heart will be there also. Oh, yeah, you know they leave the word. They don't like the word, baby. Them demons flee. That's why I'm like, okay, Lord, because we weren't going this direction, but the Lord sent us here, so this is where we're going to go. This is where I follow the Spirit of God. Okay. When the angels told her family to leave, she started out of the right direction and followed Lot outside the city. Yet she was destroyed because she looked back. She was not totally committed to giving up her old ways in obedience to God. See, sometimes we'll be like, God, we surrender, all, whatever. We surrender all, but God, we can't surrender that yet. I can't let that go yet. Baby, think about all that we as women, sisters, have willingly put up with in those times when we have to allow ourselves to be belittled, put down, and mistreated verbally and physically just to have a man, a job, material possessions, a certain lifestyle, or something else we thought we needed so badly. Lord help us. When God releases us from the foolishness and makes a way out of no way, we dare to look back with some regret, some desire for what was, to the moment when things were good. Those who put their hands to the gospel plow have no reason to look back now. Y'all need to use the story of why life as a reminder to keep looking forward to all God has in store for you. Do not let your past keep you from moving forward. So that's why I said we have to pray for that spirit upon her. We have to pray for that spirit not to be the spirit of Lot wife. When God has removed you from a situation, y'all go. Get out. When he removed you from places, people, things, when God has delivered you from places, people, and things, y'all go. Go. Look at your sister. Run. Run. Because he's going to take you to glory, to glory, to glory, to glory, to glory. Do you know how it feels? You know what I'm saying? That's saying, what does it feel like to gain the whole world, but lose your soul at the end? Baby, I know what it likes to have an abundance. And I know what it's like to be struggling. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I was so into most people serve God the best when they're going through. Most people submit to him the best when they're going through. Some people, that's the only time he can get you to pay attention to him. That's the only time he can get you to just take some one-on-one time with you, and he can just sit down and he can just talk to his child. Because see, people don't understand. God began to talk to you in the heart. That's where he starts at, because this is his. Mm-hmm. This is his. He starts in your spirit, man. He already know what your fleshly man is about. So he starts in your spirit, man. Lord, we just ask you right now that you don't let her go back like Lot wife. Don't let her leave it in her heart. Let her let it go, Lord. Let us all, whatever we have got in our heart, Lord, let us let it go. Because we want to move from glory to glory to glory to glory. We want to move forward. We all are destined for greatness. We all have great things that God has desired for us. But we only going to get it if we stop looking back. What could have been He ain't about crap, but he could be a good dude. He ain't this, but it could happen. I don't, we got to be better. I'm not saying, hold on. I want to say this too. I don't want to ever say that I wouldn't want her with her husband and her child's father and all this. I would never say that. I just want her with the man that God chooses for her. If that's who God chooses for her, he's going to equip him in the right way to be with her. And maybe he hasn't, the reason God can't release him is because he won't allow God to change him. And God is not ready. Let's look at Miriam. Y'all remember Miriam? Y'all remember who Miriam was? Let's look at Miriam. Because I can see that could be, I can see whatchamajigga having a Miriam spirit. What's the child name? Stewie. Let's look at Miriam. Let's look at Miriam. Then look, child, then we gonna get up out of here. I follow Yahweh. That song been in my spirit, y'all. I follow Yahweh. Miriam watched from afar as Pharaoh's daughter retrieved the basket and claimed Moses as her son. Miriam offered to get a wet nurse, the child's own mother, unbeknownst to Pharaoh's daughter. Years later, Moses fled Egypt and settled in Medina. He met Zebariah, the daughter of Jethro, a Mennonite priest, and married her. Sometime later, Miriam and Aaron criticized Moses because of his Cushite wife. Come on. We are not certain if Zipporah is to be identified as this woman that Miriam and Aaron spoke against. It is possible, though not necessary so, that the Cushite wife mentioned here was another woman Moses had married. In addition to their criticism related to Moses' wife, Miriam and Aaron questioned and challenged Moses. Saul right to speak for God to the people as a result of oppressing Moses, which stemmed from jealousy. Miriam was stricken with leprosy. God don't play. God don't play. She was stricken with leprosy. After Moses and Aaron interceded with God on Miriam's behalf, she was healed of leprosy after 7-day confinement. The spirit of Miriam is alive and well in many women today. We daily suffer physical and spiritual calamities as a result of the deeply rooted jealousies that we harbor. It is a jealousy that creates circumstances and envy of our friends, loved ones, and even strangers. Jealousy and the actions that result from it is not of God. So then, how do we treat and control jealousy? How do we prevent ourselves from suffering Miriam's flight? How must we be reborn each day, seeking God in every thought and action? We need to pray to him for strength, to be spirited, minded, Christ-centered, and God-decided in our homes, workplace, God-directed in our homes, workplace, and communities, and most of all, in our churches. That's what the words say. Yeah, I don't know. We just got it because, we talk about Jezebel and Delilah, so we have to cover us over on this end too, okay? We have to cover us on this end too. Yes, that's it. And they try to say, well, how could God talk to you? How could God tell you this? How could God tell you that? Baby. But he's able. Yes, he's able. Ooh. Y'all, there is, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. There is 47 women that God that are talked about in the Old Testament. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And there's 28 of them that he talks about in the New Testament. 47. So do you know how many spirits? We do 47 and 28. Hold on, let me see. Y'all listen, my brain. That's 78, 75 people, 75 women that God feel is important enough for us to talk about in the New Testament and the Old Testament. So that's 75 different spirits of women. Go off. Come on, y'all. I ain't trying to, I know Chanel. I don't want to be. I'm just listen. I'm telling you. But we're gonna be back for nephew's birthday, y'all. We're gonna be live off and on today. I'm going to go down because the engine number 9 come back in here. He's trying to grow. I had made some roast yesterday, y'all, and I had it. I left it in the crock pot because I didn't make it until late, so I left it in the crock pot. So it's down there on warm. So he been trying to get me to get him some roasts and so he keep coming up here asking me for it. Oh, excuse me, y'all. So listen. I guess we'll go a little bit more into it at a later time and a later well, probably some more today, but y'all listen. I think what I'm gonna do is we might have a game night and I might give away one of these books. It's like a $20 book, but it it makes you go and it makes you research these people, and like I said, it gives you all the women at the Bible. I don't know if y'all can see it. You welcome. Oh, great fellowship today, Mama. I know, y'all. I mean, it wasn't. I guess we got to counteract some of this stuff that they got going on. And like I said, we was only gonna do 20 minutes of the video. We really did because I kind of started in the middle, like a few minutes in. So we did 30 minutes. It's 3 hours. It was 2.5 hours. So, and what we gonna do is we gonna take it to the word. She says she a woman of faith. She says she a woman. She's God's appointed apostle. She says she's an apostle is one of God's mouthpieces. So you say you're God's appointed apostle. So let's just take it to the word. Let's take it to the word. Let's see what spirit is in operation. Let's take it to the word. See, I know how. See, this is the thing. Yeah, we can come on here and I can banter her and I can talk about her and her bald-headed sister. And I could talk about, but I'm like, I'm going to show you in the word of God where you're in error. Because see, what you said, one thing that you did say is that you are foolish, you're not foolish, and you're not low vibration. You are. That you are. You're a foolish woman, and the stuff that you do is low vibrational. It is. So my thing is, I want to challenge you to be a better woman of God. I want to challenge you. If God called you to walk out this walk, I want to challenge you to walk this walk. And by you walking this walk, it does not entail you getting in the bed with demons. But like spirits attract, because there's no way that you should not have corrected. You should not have corrected her. So like spirits attract, you love that deceit. You love the hatred. You love the drama. You love this and that. You love this because she would have been corrected. And had you corrected her the right way, it still will not be going on. So Delilah loves supporting Jezebel. They love each other. So we just gonna say this. You reap what you sow. We're going to say you reap what you sow. So as a man, so shall he reap. But y'all, listen, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. If you're watching on the replay gang, thank you. It's nephew's birthday. It's April 2nd, 2025. So don't forget to shout him out for his birthday. He will be back in the studio a little bit later. He was in the studio earlier. He'll be back in the studio a little bit later today. He's doing his family, he's a good father and he's taking care of his children and loving on his family and stuff right now. Shout out to Sis. Sis was in the chat, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Auntie Bev, Chanel, Terry, Misty Real, Renata, who else is in the house? Princess. Who else is in the house? All the family members that were in the house today. Hey, family. If I missed y'all charges. And did I say Terry? I think I said Terry. So all the family members that were in the house today. Listen, y'all. I know y'all can't listen. Y'all know how we do. We love the Lord over here. Auntie Bev said she's an apostle, so am I. Listen. Y'all know we're gonna get into it. We're gonna look at another piece of it. What I'm gonna do is because I don't want to play it in its entirety because I don't want to continuously deal with her in that drama. So I'm just gonna go pick out pieces and timestamps and stuff of it, and then we'll timestamp it. I believe I got enough Lord in me and enough of all that in me right now where I don't have to worry about any of that. Um, yeah, I had some notes, and I'm so mad that they got wet. So, and there was some good notes too, because they was about this is about Tyrese and Joe Budden, and there was a lot of good notes up in here, and they got wet. My tablet got wet, but um. Hold on, y'all. This is a story I wanted to cover. I'm gonna have to go look and see what happened with this. Why did I cover this story or did not cover this story? Oh, I know what this was. I know what this was. Okay, I know what this was. Okay. So we will be back later. I got some oh, this is from last year. It's an old notebook, y'all. This is from last year because this was my 50th birthday party. So, okay. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at these notes too, because there might be some notes that I need to use. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at these. Okay. All right, so y'all don't forget to hit that like button. We'll be back. Set your notifications so that you will not miss when we are live. I love y'all all. I love y'all. Hit that like button. If you want to be a part of the exclusive aunties, uncles, nieces, and nephews, and y'all, we will, starting this month, we will be doing a members only live at least once a week. So it'll just be members only, and we're gonna talk about some exclusive things, some things that I wanna share with y'all. So I know one thing that we will be doing is, hold on, Papa, hand me that blue bag up there on that thing, and then is there some books in there? Okay. Is there a big book in some? Okay. So we will be on our members only. We will be going over this lady's book here. This is the multi-billionaire, the billionaire woman I met over the weekend. And this is her book. I did it my way. And so with this, it comes with like a little workbook and stuff or whatever. And this is we're going to be doing this in our members only. So if you would like to learn about, like, in this book is about, it says, I did it my way and it worked. It's a comprehensive success story of one woman journey to becoming a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur. Colleen Jane Payne Nobles shared her experiences and insight with inspiring and candid detail. Packed with strategies, tactics, and engaging accounts from her business experience, this book demonstrates principles that will increase your entrepreneur IQ in a dramatic way. Payne Noble speaks about the challenges she faced and how she conquered them along the way to achieving her dreams. Colleen desires to give the reader the advice that will lead them to a pathway to success. Insights from her journey includes branding yourself for success, advanced communication skills, the power of mentorship, obtaining awards for potential value, impacting your community, and finding the balance between toughness and compassion. Important secrets about managing employees. Payne Nober's story and advice will give tremendous value to the reader. She is a leader of entrepreneurial women and the model of business professionals, all backgrounds, races, and cultures. So I want to be able to do this. We're gonna talk about it later. The thing, and then for y'all in y'all different states, especially you business owners and stuff, we're gonna learn this too, because y'all gonna learn with me. I said it's gonna be fun because y'all gonna learn with me. Conquer to win in government contracting. We gonna learn this, y'all. So we're gonna do members only because once a week we're gonna work on for those that want to become entrepreneurs, or if you know somebody that wants to become an entrepreneur, tell them it's gonna cost them 99 cents a month to learn. Some people say I should do it in a higher tier, but I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to win. Y'all know, each one teach one. See, God's gonna bless me by blessing others. And the thing about this is this book here. This book here was gifted to me to bless me. So therefore, I want to be able to take the knowledge out of this book and be able to bless someone else. Okay, so we're going to go through some, different pieces of this book, and we're going to talk about it. Let's look at her honorables. She was 2008 listed as the most influential Black. She's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. What did I tell you? You never know. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Keep that in the back of your mind. She listed the most influential Black Tulsan, Oklahoma Small Business Person of the Year in 2007, 5,000 America's fastest growing private companies in 2007, Small Business Person of the Year, Tulsa Innovator of the Year, Black Enterprises Business Innovator of the Year, 5th fastest growing company by Tulsa People Magazine, Pencil Award of Outstanding Woman in Business. Among her many awards, Colleen has also been featured in several magazines, new publications, has received numerous media releases and some prestigious outlets as Black Enterprise Report, Tulsa Word, Oklahoma Eagle, Tulsa People, Oklahoma Herald, Oklahoma Magazine, Tulsa Bacon, the Ebony Tribune, and the Washington Report. So we're gonna learn something. So y'all, that's gonna be some of the things we're gonna be going over on members only, because I have to be into a study period right now where I have to study some stuff. And so in order for me to study this stuff, I have to be able to study the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love y'all. Mwah, mwah. We will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.
No, I'm crazy. So go ahead, drink up. I'm so glad we got to link up. Taking that off me. I got the plug, I made the cup green. Talking late night for you.